The new McCrispy Strip is here. Dip approved by ketchup, tangy barbecue, honey mustard, Sprite, McFlurry, Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I think you're on mute.
Workday starting to sound the same?
I think you're on mute.
Find something that sounds better for your career on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Job Collections, you can browse curated collections by relevant industries and benefits, like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces, so you can find the right job for you. Get started at linkedin.com/jobs. Finding where you fit. LinkedIn knows how.
Hey business owners, we know you know the importance of maximizing every dollar. With the Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business American Express card, you can make your expenses work just as hard as you. From afternoon coffee runs to stocking office supplies and even team dinners, you can earn miles on all your business expenses. Plus, you can earn 110,000 bonus miles for a limited time through July 16th. The Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business Card. If you travel, you know. Minimum spending requirements and terms apply. Offer ends 7/16/25.
This show is brought to you by Alpacalypse, Kalwera, Miko, DJ Rink, Pylon Dyke, Himalta Raven, Nibris, Devon Harkenrider, and Gluthoric.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah, that was great.
Doesn't matter. You know who they are.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
Episode 40. Hear the clock tick. You can trust me, said time, and began to unwind. From beginning to end, I'll be there. I may freeze, I may fold, I'll watch you get old, and I'll pepper the grey through your hair. I'm on your side, time cried. I'm here for the ride. We're buddies, it's you and me, pal. But with a swirl and a snip and a stuttering skip, time lost the here and the now. So yesterdays are a week from tomorrow and years from now are the past. Confusing it is when time you borrow. Your sentences, flawed from the start. Smush them together, these off-ticking clocks. The order's confusing as hell. When time overlaps, you get hit before slap, and sound comes after the smell.
Perfect.
That's a fart joke.
Oh.
Finally, I did a fart joke.
I was just like caught up in the beat of the poem, how well that was done.
That's all you care about.
I missed the fart joke.
Honestly, I could sit here and go, and you'd be like, yeah, the beat's fine. Is that why it's called beat poetry?
Yes. No.
Yeah. Welcome back to Girls Who Don't D&D. I am with the girls. They are...
Indy playing Freya.
Still not playing Freya. Well,
Oh, no.
You are, aren't you? I should say that.
Am I?
You're LV playing Freya, playing LV.
Yeah, it's Inception. Don't worry about it.
It's
Indy
complicated.
playing Freya and LV.
Stacey playing Kaa'Riin and Lassie.
Lana playing Morrigan and Jamie Lee Weaver.
When we left our story, the girls found themselves in unexpected positions, each inhabiting people, as we've just covered, without understanding who they are or why. Lassiter Blaze survived a plane crash as he approached a post-World War II Heathrow airport, which, just in case you're wondering, opened a commercial aircraft in 1946.
Huh.
Just in case you were wondering.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Recently hosted the Girls Who Don't D&D.
We did also land there ourselves, which is why it was built in the first place. However, the person sitting next to Lassiter did not survive. Her name was Annabelle Blue, and her ghost is now your companion, supporting you in some sort of ghostly way. Just like the movie Ghost, which was not an inspiration for this idea, Annabelle can apparently touch some things, because originally I said she couldn't, and then almost straight away I realized that she opened a door in the car or something like that. So apparently when she feels like it, she can, just like that movie, which wasn't the inspiration. Stace, for future reference, and you have a sheet in front of you, you can call upon Annabelle Blue to help you at any time.
Annabelle Blue. I love that name.
It is cute.
If I ever got a cat, I'd call it Annabelle Blue.
There are blue cats, yeah? There's those smoky grey blue cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get one of those.
Yeah. I mean, John's highly allergic, but I think it's worth it to have a cat called Annabelle Blue.
Now, you have a sheet there for your companion, and as you use the companion, if you just tick off when, because we've got different audio things that fit them.
Oh, cool.
It wasn't just you got a little one at the start. They come back and talk to you at different times, depending upon what you need them for. Indy, your character also has one. That's the mysterious Cypher.
Yeah.
Who can also be called upon via some sort of phone link. Let's not really unpack how that's possible. Indy, Freya, you've also uncovered your name is LV.
Yeah.
LV has chosen one of your two skills. You've chosen shape-shifting.
Yeah.
Shape-shifting. But you still have one spare. Alana, you have not chosen spells or anything yet.
I have not.
Got those up your sleeve?
I've shortlisted some.
Good idea. You have come to the realization that you are most likely quite a well-known individual, possibly an acclaimed actress. The only problem with that is LV has noticed that on some occasions, Jamie Lee Weaver, as she is known, also looks like a younger woman with immaculate Hollywood-esque lighting. All of you are in some kind of hospital with the wildly nondescript name IMU, International Medical Unit. Lassiter was here looking for a doctor, although his memory loss made it difficult to ascertain why. LV awoke from some kind of coma, and Jamie Lee may have already been in a coma, or may not. We don't know. In the last moments of our last episode, both LV and Jamie Lee, who had managed to figure out they were also Freya and Morrigan, had been trying to escape to the morgue.
Yeah.
A plan that Cypher had put in place to help LV escape something she called the Freddy Bears. The girls were running through the corridors when they heard a scream from a room that smelt a bit like horses.
Oh, we were running and we heard a male scream.
Yeah. Now, my wife will kick in right now and do the bit of the behind the scenes for the extras, the stuff that only the people at home need to hear about. And when it comes back to us, we'll do our shout outs.
Which I'm ready for.
All right.
Hi everyone, it's Sam again with your special recap. What do you need to know for this episode? Not that much. Remember that time Luke nearly drowned but was saved by a dying whale? Or the time Starker laughed when Morrigan said the girls weren't that powerful? Or the promises they made oh so quickly when they said they would find the child? Maybe you remember how many times Kaa'Riin blasted things with lightning? Or all the references to ravens? Or how easily Morrigan decided to split herself into pieces? Perhaps you recollect Freya's feather fall coming in handy? Or all the talk of cats? Maybe you thought, hey, they should shout out people's cats one day, which isn't really important right now, but not a bad idea. Maybe you thought, I wonder how far ahead Cory plans things. Well, trust me on this one, he doesn't even plan for breakfast.
No kidding.
Ladies, we're back to us. Who are we shouting out?
I would like to shout out two people. First one is Mad Prof from the Patreon section of Discord, who shared it's a GIF of the two kids from Bluey dancing to celebrate the release of a new episode. And I just thought it was really fitting. And then I kind of went ham sharing a bunch of stories while I was driving to and from Sydney yesterday, and was looking through the people interacting with it. And one of them had the best username ever. So shout out to you. I am bored, but I have a cat.
Very nice. Okay. Stace, we're going around that way?
Okay, I'm going to shout out Kay, who commented on my Girls Who Drunk D&D episode 2. Tattoo idea, hear me out. A wine glass with 2 dice in the glass like ice cubes.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
Should be, no?
I like
Don't with me. I'm not
Cory's
getting it done, but I'm
shaking
saying
his-
you should definitely get it done.
Well, Josie and I think, should definitely get that done.
Yeah, because you've still got space in the middle of your back.
I love it, and thank you for watching. These are very long episodes. If you're on Patreon and you actually have to split these up.
Yeah.
You really do. It's like a movie and a half worth, so you got to watch it like a series. I'd pause it at 35 minutes.
I think a few people do grab the bottle of wine and sit down and drink with you.
And as you should.
They're wise to do so.
As you should.
Yeah.
Just don't try and keep up with this. You'll die.
Oh, dear God. Please, actually, that should come with a warning.
Yeah.
Never keep up with the girls.
Never keep up with us.
We're not responsible for that aspect.
And that last night we were like, should we just have a tipple? Like a tipple, just like one, a smidge of red wine before bed. Like, absolutely. Of course, just to wind down. So that bottle's gone, obviously.
Yeah.
But we really believed for a minute we're just going to have a tipple.
How do you lie to yourself so well? Because I didn't believe it. None of us believed that you would
No,
not.
Jordan rolled his eyes. He was like,
Yeah.
you're not. And we're like, no, but it's a tipple, Jordan. Just
That's you talking before you've had a glass. And then the Stacey that's had a glass is like, oh.
She's a different person.
I would have got that tattoo immediately if I had a red case comment after that.
Indy.
I would like to shout out to all those people who shared on the Instagram stories and posts the Spotify Wrapped and how we were in their top list.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
The
The
podcast
Spotify
of the
Wrapped,
year.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
so-
we keep growing. It's lovely.
Kimmy, LMT, Punky 0627 and Tom Film, all of those guys, and there's a couple more there, but there's actually quite a lot. So, but thank you
I was
guys.
like, please don't list all of
Yeah, I
them.
was like, yeah.
It's lovely,
Three
but it's
to-
going to take
three
a
to.
while. I would love to shout out a few people who wrote on Spotify. They wrote in the comments, and I do go through and have a look at them because I have to approve them. got it set so I have to approve them. But I go through, well, that means I don't put any spoilers out there accidentally.
Yeah.
So I go through and I have a look at those sort of things. And a lot of people have written about some of the recent episodes that dealt with loss, some of the work in those, and they talked about the people they lost. And so I'm not going to shout out to each of them individually. There's about 4 or 5 different people who wrote about specific people, but I wanted you to know that I did pay attention. I did look at them. I thought of the people that you had in your life. Ladies.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so keen to play.
Let's go, old chap.
Let's go,
All right.
governor.
I love our song.
It's just 3 girls, a dragon, and a handful of dice. Some guys telling stories, I'm sure they'll be nice. There will be monsters, and magic, and fire and ice. But it's mostly 3 girls, a dragon, and dice.
Okay, when we left the story, the girls were in some kind of hospital. There were all sorts of weird things going on, but what we did know was that there was a scream. I won't call it blood curdling.
That's good.
That curdled more than it should have, but from a room that the girls have just run past, and by the girls I mean Jamie Lee Weaver and LV. Ladies, what would you like to do?
I stop in my tracks because I hear the scream.
Yeah.
Right? And I turn to LV, Freya. Did you hear that? I think there's someone else here in trouble.
Yes. So we've got 2 options here.
You are asking the wrong person.
Or we don't help.
Okay.
I think you know what mine is.
Pause for a second. So to be clear, at this point, we have worked out that we are Freya and Morrigan.
Yeah.
Okay. So up until this point, I've been really struggling with like the mix between, but I think if I have it in my head that I'm definitely Morrigan, and I've figured out that you're Freya,
it could be Kaa'Riin.
Right? If we're here,
So we probably should go and help.
because we were all together and then we were separated. We're in this weird place.
Yeah.
It could be Kaa'Riin.
Yeah. All right. We'll go help.
We at least have a peek. Like let's be smart about it. Let's just have a glance and see what's going on.
Yep. Sounds good.
So we creep back towards to see where it came from, and there's a door or something, or is it an open doorway?
It's a smashed door.
So I see a smashed door. I look back at Freya LV and I'm like, the chances of this being Korean have just gotten a little higher. You know how she likes to kind of just break into things. So this is either something really, really bad, causing a lot of damage. It's unrelated, or it could be Kaa'Riin.
We'll go in.
I want to peek around the corner. Peek in. I want to peek in.
One would just go in, and the other one wants to look first.
As LV walks in, I peek.
Okay, when you look around the corner, you see a man dressed in a suit. Well, there's a hand of somebody on the ground in a white coat, and a hand from that man is just grabbing the person. The man in the suit is screaming continuously. You're wondering how he can hold the note for that long.
I'm going to do that all day.
Fortunately, the story might evolve soon.
I feel really stupid because I realized that we're not in our bodies, and I wouldn't have recognized. Like I looked around the corner to see if I could see Kaa'Riin, but I'm not going to see Kaa'Riin. So I feel a little stupid that was my thought process. There's a hand holding their leg.
Yeah, doesn't look like the worst thing you've seen so far. You've seen some stuff today, but this doesn't look, it just looks like a doctor basically reaching up.
That's on the ground.
On the ground, yeah.
Okay, I'm concerned that they need help, so I come in and I'm like, are you guys okay?
No, I'm not fucking okay. Look at this thing.
The doctor, did they fall down?
It's a corpse, bitch. Have a look. Wait, it is a corpse, right?
Well,
like a zombie. I'm imagining like a zombie.
All you know so far is that it sort of moved a little bit when you poked it with your hoof at the time, if I'm not wrong. As a horse.
Shit, I walked into a room with a horse.
No, not a horse anymore.
No.
That would have been hilarious.
Okay.
But in a suit.
A horse and a corpse.
You walk in to a horse doing CPR.
A horse, of course.
I take a step back at the mention of corpse. I'm like,
This was dead.
is it still holding on?
I'm shaking my leg.
Do you just want to shake it loose?
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe it's dead. Maybe it's for help. I expected them to be dead. Now they're moving and grabbing. I don't like it, but I guess if I was dead and then maybe on the verge of death, I'd probably be grabbing for help too. So I'm going to like try to shake my leg and try and like kick them off.
Okay. It lets go fairly easily.
Great, thanks.
But remember, it's face down, so it's not really sure what it's looking at or the sounds coming out of it.
I'm going to roll it over. If it's face down,
Yeah.
flopping around like a fish, I'm going to roll it over.
See if there's actually any life in there. If
Yeah.
it's like,
There's definitely something happening. His face is contorted. He's in a bit of pain. Shock, perhaps. There's some blood as though he hit the table.
I slap him across the face, like snap out of it.
All right. Well, he responds.
Hi, my name is Dolph Becker from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and I play Dr. Spencer Adams. Don't! I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not one of them. I think. I think I can explain. Just let me take a breath. Okay. Let me gather myself. It smells like horse in here. Does that make sense to you? Not much has been making sense here this week. I thought I had figured it out. You're the detective, right? The American? You're here about the comas. Hide in the shade. Here's what I know. There are hundreds of people all over the world in these long-term comas. Very sudden comas, but with no predetermined reason. No violent impact, no illness, no condition. It's almost like they chose it. Yours was the shortest, though. When your assistant told me you hadn't been awake for 3 days, I knew. Look in the light. And now you two are awake too. I haven't been informed of any others, though. Just you three. So, here's what I figured out.
One of the things that was happening while he was speaking was there was a voice in the background.
Heard it. Love it.
Only you heard that.
Excellent.
And it's important to note that as you heard that, it was a very unusual feeling for you because it felt like it came from your chest, your understanding of what you heard. And that's when you become aware that you're wearing a necklace.
Oh.
And that necklace has a very small silver shape of a fish.
Is it Douglas?
It's Douglas.
Oh, Douglas!
And Douglas was the one who translated those words.
Look into the light.
Yeah.
So are you looking at your necklace right now?
I'm gonna now because I held it and I'm like,
Well, it is underneath your shirt.
yeah.
Okay.
So I put my hand on my chest because I've become aware of it. And I wrote it, I'm like, oh my gosh, Douglas? You look different.
Do you say this out loud?
Yeah, sure.
So I hear this.
Yes.
Did you say Douglas?
It's a necklace fish that's very important to me. I call it Douglas, and when I feel nervous, I just give it a little rub.
I look over pointedly at LV Freya and then back at this guy holding his chest. And I like nudge my head and I'm like, what do you think?
Kaa'Riin?
Kaa'Riin?
Yes!
Kaa'Riin!
Kaa'Riin!
Okay.
And
Douglas, Kaa'Riin, Morrigan. And I point to myself. I know I don't look like Morrigan.
I don't look like Kaa'Riin.
And then I point over at LV and Freya.
I don't look like Freya. You don't look like Freya. And I don't look like Kaa'Riin. And Douglas doesn't look like Douglas.
Where the fuck are we and what is going on?
Where have you been?
In a hospital bed.
How'd you get there?
I don't know.
No clue. We were with Thassa and Starker, and then I woke up here, and there was some kind of monster.
I was in a plane crash and now I've got a ghost called Annabelle Blue.
What's a plane?
It's a mechanical bird.
A mechanical bird.
It was very discombobulating, very weird. But I did see the word plane around a lot. I hope that's how you say it. Plane?
Plane.
Well, it was a mechanical bird. It fell out of the sky. And I survived because, well, me. But there was a lovely lady next to me and she didn't survive, but now she's my ghost. Don't you think the word Annabelle Blue would be a great name for a cat?
Yeah. I love it.
Cool, now that we've got that out of the way.
Freya, that actually, for some reason, that the idea of cats means something to you. I don't know why, but in the back of your head, you're like, yeah, I love cats.
Really? I'm allergic to them.
Freya's not, though.
Yeah, Freya isn't. That's right.
Fantasy.
Yeah. Why would I know something about cats?
I know. Cats. 2 of them. And they surely had names, although those names appear lost. Perhaps they had been renamed, as is the case for many a feline. The brave Mr. Pickles, Figaro and Phoenix, Jasper and Gigi, Weasel and Whiskey, Marlou and O'Malley, Lewis and Lenny and Link, Sydney and Spot and Sugar and Snow and Snickers and Cereal, and of course Roscoe the long-haired. Millions of names, but cats all share the same soul. Especially these 2.
Okay, so we're all together now.
And this doctor's just said, I'm not one of them.
What is one of them? Again, I feel like I've got amnesia all over again. Doctor.
Yeah, yes, I am a doctor. And he lifts himself up off the ground. He's still very frail. He's holding on to everything as he moves, but you grabbed his diary at one stage, so he sees you holding this booklet that was full of all sorts of wild inscriptions and words and everything. And he says, oh, you've already got it. Perhaps, do you have any questions? Did you see what I'd written?
I didn't get a chance to see what you've written.
Well, yes, it is. There's quite a lot. Of course, I just wondered
I've
if
been
you...
running around and things. I only just kind of got this. I haven't had time to sit down and do any leisurely reading.
Oh, but you're an investigator. You've been following this for a while. That's why you contacted me.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I actually forgot why I contacted you. I'm gonna be real with you. I've been really busy lately. Just start from the start.
Really? Well,
It's like the truth is not going to make sense to you. So can you just...
It was starting to make sense. That's why... And then it got grey again. I understood some of it, but there were voices and I've never... First of all, we've been finding these people in comas all over the planet.
Yes, that I understand. You don't know why they're in comas.
No. Some of them are recent. Yourself, you were in a coma for 3 days. It was unusual. It was just after you started doing the research. Anyway, no, we've been watching these people. The connection is that, our connection is that we don't have any reason for any of them to be in comas. It's almost as though they chose to be. They just went to sleep and stayed asleep. And some of them, and I know you're not going to believe me, some of them have been like this for centuries. They should be dead.
Oh, well, I mean, the body works very differently when it's asleep and in a comatose state, you know.
Not 400 years differently. That's a long time.
It's well, for some.
Do they ever wake up?
Well, you 3 did. I knew of you 2, of course. You've both been in the hospital.
Oh, not me. I was on a mechanical bed.
We just call them Polanes.
So embarrassed I called them planes. I'm so sorry.
You notice that his shoulder is twitching a little bit as he speaks to you. Just a little bit.
What's up with your shoulder? Stop that.
I'm sorry, perhaps when I fell. May have bumped it, and he rubs the side of his cheek, which definitely has a little bit of blood, and a table that was nearby that he sort of looks to the table that he must have fallen and hit.
How'd you fall?
It's one of those things.
Wait, what things? Aren't they all coma people?
It's all in the book.
Ugh, okay. So I open the book and I read the book.
Just the highlighted sections.
There's heaps of pages. No, this page, and he flicks, and it's a drawing, and it's not very good. He's not, you know how normally whenever they're doctors, they're like these professional doctors who can draw a book at like Grey's Anatomy sort of level, not the TV show, the book. And they're all like intricate. And they're like, what an amazing...
It's just like a stick figure.
This guy's hopeless at it.
Yeah.
It's because the doctors don't do that. They hire.
Yeah, he has not done that. He's like, no, but he thinks he's very good at it. He's like, this is going to sell millions. But no, he's actually very concerned by this, and he holds it out and he's shaking a little bit in his hand, especially that shoulder. And he's passing you this booklet, and you can see this figure, and it looks like he's just drawn a smear of a person. It looks like it's dripping. And he goes, I call them the blood drippers. This started yesterday. Yesterday. The patients here, some of them just started melting.
Ew.
And the skin that left their body left behind these figures of blood.
Okay, that's disgusting.
Roll sanity.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah. Don't say ooh or disgusting.
It might be something different.
Yum. It's like jelly.
You're going to have to roll for a different type of sanity soon.
26.
That is significantly below your sanity, isn't it?
Always.
Damn, I'm going to get you soon. I'm sure of it. He says, this thing, it's like half blood, half water. He's the saying, blood and water, blood is thick.
I know the saying.
It's
universal.
And then he starts thinking, this isn't a good place for this joke.
That was a little distasteful, Doctor.
Sorry, Anyway, I think they're blood. I think they're also water. They started dragging people.
What do you think they want with them?
They were trying to wake people up, the ones in the comas. We have 50 of them here.
What's your
50.
hypothesis on the comas?
Well, it's not medical.
Yeah. Do you think it's magical? You can say it. You're in a safe space.
That would be... And then he nervously looks and says, I don't know anymore. I'm a doctor. Everything has to be proven. I don't believe in this sub-world.
Mate, you just talked about watery blood people.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
And 400-year-old comas. Open your mind a little.
His shoulder's twitching even more now. Shaking almost.
Really worried about that shoulder, champ.
Be quiet, please. Be quiet.
Oh, hell no, man, do not just tell me to be quiet.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh.
So I was not talking to you. You can't hear them?
Ah, shit. Something bad's going to happen, isn't it? Oh, not the doctor. Oh, not the doctor. Oh, he's such a nice guy. Oh, he's learned. Oh, come on, don't do this to him. Bye. Bye, doctor.
Hide in the shade. Take a breath. Let them wake. Find the child. Scratch. Scratch. Take a breath. Let the water in. But don't fall asleep.
And you see, as he turns to, there's one last part of me just says, run. And then his skin starts to fall away, flake away from his face. And you can see that just the blood remains underneath him. It's still the same shape, but it looks like a pulsing humanoid of blood. And you have time to make a choice. He's not
we run.
going.
Nope. And I'd grab you.
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah, let's go.
Where to, ladies?
The
Outside of this hospital.
morgue.
Your choice. You've both just did slightly different things.
What's in the morgue?
If we go to the morgue, we're going to hide in the body bags and then...
Run out of the hospital.
Now that we're talking about that, I don't love that. Can we just...
That's
let's
also
just go.
true.
I've loved that plan's been in play for so long, and every time you've gone, this is normal. This is a completely normal option. And everyone else is like, this is not a fucking normal.
Plan?
Well, someone told me to do it. I don't know who.
Okay, we just saw a guy hearing
Cypher.
voices who melted.
Cypher.
Cypher, your companion.
Yeah, told me to do that. It's the safest option.
Oh. You know what? I trust Cypher. Where is Cypher?
Who is Cypher?
Cypher a ghost? I've got a ghost.
No, I think Cypher's alive.
Can you see Cypher now? Can you talk to Cypher
Is Cypher
now?
in the room with us right now?
Is Cypher in the room?
Blink once if you can see him.
The only time you've actually had an interaction with Cypher
Was on the phone.
It was via a phone, but it feels, and this is normal to you, and I'm not saying this to the other two girls, it feels as though it is an option for you to just contact somebody with a device that is part of you. Futuristic, if you will.
Yeah, right.
So you don't have to use the phone. It's almost like you could tap the side of your head and be in contact with Cypher.
That's weird. But I feel like the way...
Can you ask why, like, we're going there?
Oh, hey, Cypher.
Oh, you want to talk to Cypher again?
Yeah.
I can do that. Stand by.
I feel like I blink and then it turns on.
It does. It does. Cypher is ready for you. I wasn't.
Where are we going once we get in the body bags?
I'd just like to know why that's what you've been advised. Like, why we can't just go out the front door.
Well, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't feel safe. I feel like there's
But trapping ourselves in a small
us.
enclosed space and zipping ourselves in body bags.
Yeah, that's true.
You contact Cypher, and this is how Cypher responds.
Livid, I knew you'd need me again. Let me find a camera near you, get me some eyes. But I gotta warn you, if I can ping you, they might be able to as well. Even with the buster. There we go, I see you. Not a great camera, but I get the picture, you know. So, what do you need?
All right, and when you look around this room, you do notice one of those little bulb cameras attached to the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I can hack into anything.
Kind of.
Cypher's got eyes on us right now.
Yeah.
Which is
You don't
awesome.
know that.
Well,
Because she's the poor
I
communicator.
I take it back.
Not only do you not know that, you don't see a camera.
Oh. What? So, hold on. Did we hear what Freya just heard?
No, it's in my head, isn't it?
It's in your
it's in
head.
her head.
Yeah.
We're not a part of this.
So I'm just standing here and I've asked you, like, what can you speak to Cypher now? And then you've just stopped talking to me to listen to this.
What you see is she stops and looks like she's taking a call, except you've never seen anyone take a call before. So to you, it just looks like she just stopped and stared for a second.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm going to quickly go, hey, Cypher, do we still need to follow your plan on the way out?
That's the best way to get out of here, yeah.
Why can't we go through the front door?
Do you have bolt cutters?
Why would it be locked?
Did you say locked?
I don't know. I just used the camera. That's why I told you to go this way. There's the one place that I know isn't locked is the morgue. There'll be a truck. You can probably drive it away yourself. But if you get into the body bags, someone will load you in. Surely.
So not hearing your side, I've heard her say that. I'm going to be like, what's locked? Why would what be locked? Who are you talking to?
The front door is locked and I've got Cypher, this thing in my head that just talks to me.
But hold on. I turn to Kaa'Riin. If you weren't here to start with, how did you get in the building?
Oh, I can still wild shape.
This episode is brought to you by Tic Tac. Summer tastes like Tic Tac. Tantalize your taste buds this sunny season with citrus adventure and orange. 2 everyday flavors that bring summer in every. Tic Tac Citrus Adventure is a yummy, vibrant medley of lemon, lime, and mandarin. And Tic Tac Orange is the perfect mix of tangy and sweet. Visit us at Tic Tac USA on social to refresh your summer with Tic Tac.
Jif peanut butter. It's that jiffing good, it doesn't really need advertising. So instead, enjoy the calming sounds of the ocean. Jif. Ooh, it's that jiffing good. Get your Jif at jif.com.
Hey guys, have you heard of Goldbelly? It's this amazing site where they ship the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants across the country, anywhere, nationwide. I've never found a more perfect gift than food. They ship Chicago deep dish pizza, New York bagels, Maine lobster rolls, and even Ina Garten's famous cakes. So if you're looking for a gift for the food lover in your life, head to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT.
Okay, so you have encountered locked doors.
Oh yeah, big chains and everything.
So we're sticking with your plan to...
Yeah.
Are we zipping ourselves in body bags?
Well, I don't know. If we want to do that, we could. We could also just steal the truck. I like that idea.
Truck, vehicle.
Steal the truck.
Okay.
Steal the truck. What's a truck?
Well, you know what a truck is.
Well, I don't know what a truck is.
Oh, you were in a car recently, so you would have seen traffic pretty recently in your experience.
You get a pretty good idea. Half of you knows what it is. Half of you is like, what the fuck am I talking
Do
about?
I know what a truck is?
Is that going to come up in conversation?
Well, yeah.
Like
she just said we're going to take a truck.
No, I mean the question.
Oh. Well, I'm just, for my acting purposes, like, am I acting like I know what a truck is?
Jamie Lee Weaver's such a Methodist, not a Methodist actor, that would be weird, a method actor.
I'm trying to get better at roleplay, but it's hard when I'm two characters meshed together.
It was a strange time to choose to start.
I know.
When it's the hardest
Never
ever.
mind. Well, that was why I was asking you if I knew what a truck was.
Half of you does?
Half of me does. Okay, well, that sounds like our best bet. If doors are locked, let's go, because I don't want to stay here with watery blood doctor.
Lassiter, as you watch Jamie Lee make that decision, you notice something unusual. She seems to be an older woman at first, and then in the middle of that transitions for a second into a younger woman and then back into an older woman, right before your eyes. Roll sanity. You probably should have been rolling sanity every time you wild-shaped, but part of you knew that you were capable of that, which is weird.
Oh, stop rolling. Stop. 33.
Okay, so she handles it. Lassiter / Kaa'Riin handles it as usual. Just like, the world's weird, whatever.
Yeah, well, it's been a weird day.
You're resilient. You've been
I saw
through
a
a lot.
blood doctor. You think this is going to bother me?
All right, so we're moving, and you're leading the way, I think.
Yep, because I've got clear instructions to go down 3 flights of stairs.
That's it?
I did write it all down. Uh-oh. I don't know where it is now.
Gonna make it hard.
Oh, go down 3 floors to the janitor's cupboard, through the furnace, and into the bags. It sounds pretty easy.
How hard could it be?
All right, I'm glad you know where you're going. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm going to send Annabelle Blue ahead of us at all times.
You're activating Annabelle Blue.
I'm activating Annabelle Blue.
All right, can you cross off one of your Annabelle Blues there, and Annabelle Blue will talk to you.
I knew you'd need me, though, so I stayed close by, always watching. Absolutely always. I mean, I look away whenever you do anything a woman shouldn't be party to, you know? Or a man. I'm not judgmental. I always say, Annabelle Blue, you let the light shine from people however it may shine, and you never reject the sun. But no, I will not be taking a look-sees. Although, there is a mole you might need to get checked. Right now, though, I'm going to show you something.
All right, Annabelle Blue is right there. You did ask her to walk ahead, so she's going to show you something, I guess. Actually, that worked out really well for you because I didn't think of that. You had 2 options. There are the stairs or the lift. Annabelle Blue is definitely pointing towards the stairs.
Thank you, Annabelle Blue.
She does say, though, watch your step. They're covered in blood.
Yuck.
Okay.
But she said, but you don't want to know what would have happened in the lift. And you can see the lift to the side, the lights flashing. It looks like the doors have already been damaged. This banging sort of noise at the door trying to open and shut very quickly.
Do we hear Annabelle Blue, or does Kaa'Riin have to relay?
Kaa'Riin would have to relay any of her thoughts.
All right. Annabelle Blue says, do not take that lift. We're going to watch the stairs, but they're covered in blood.
So I will give you an opportunity to go to these stairs using your dexterity or anything else you'd like to use. But because you've had help from Annabelle Blue, I will remove the capacity to have a critical fail on this chance. So if you fail, it won't be a critical fail.
Okay.
Do we all do it?
Yes.
I'm loving this rolling low thing.
So you don't need to tell me what you rolled then. That makes it very clear.
I got 60. And my dexterity is 50.
Lassiter, despite being told directly by Annabelle Blue, you hear a sigh from Annabelle Blue as you start sliding down the stairs. Disappointed in you. As you slide down, the blood gets all over your suit.
Sorry, Annabelle, these aren't my feet.
I'm not used to this body. Can you roll in for sanity again now that you are covered in blood, or at least the backside of you?
I'm used to Jimmy's shoes.
29.
How is this possible?
That's how I play, baby.
Okay. You feel the ethereal hands of a ghost trying to wipe some of the blood off, particularly focused on the buttocks area and the side. And
have you seen Leslie's bum?
Well, Annabelle Blue has.
Yeah.
And also you're going, wait, you can actually touch, can't you, sometimes? And you can sometimes feel it, and then you get this half apology from Annabelle Blue that is very much not an apology.
Annabelle Blue, you minx.
I'm sorry. But there's another bit over there, so I have to get that bit as well. It's 3 steps down 3 flights, but I won't make you roll for each one because that would be repetitive and I don't do that.
I rolled a 10, and because I did so well, I just really casually offer a hand to help Lassiter Kaa'Riin up.
You notice that she's in heels, which is weird. You're like, how did
And
you
a
do this in a
gown.
heel and a gown?
Yeah. And I'm like, I've got like the trail of my gown, or like the skirt of my gown in a hand so that it doesn't like get stained.
The Lassiter part of you recognizes Jamie Lee Weaver and just, like you knew before, but this is like suddenly it's all coming to you now. Before there was a blood dripper, it made no sense. You didn't really focus, but now you're like, you're the movie actress.
Jamie Lee Weaver? What are you doing here? I know. We don't know. I forgot you were like kind of embodied, but wow, I can't wait to see why Jamie Lee Weaver was here.
Yeah, I did have a bunch of wrapping on my face, so I think I might have had some work done. But
as she says that, you notice again her face gets younger for a second and then ages back to what it is.
Well, you're not wrong about the work. For a second there, you looked incredible. Still incredible.
It's one of those 2024
20 years
facelifts.
younger,
It's actually a lot more than 20 years younger. She looks 20, whereas now she looks closer to a 60s. A Helen Mirren, of course. Helen Mirren level 60s, which is really the same as a mid-20s for everybody else.
Correct.
So you wind your way down the... I didn't find out what Freya / LV rolled.
I got 28, so I'm just going to help Annabelle Blue get the stuff off Kaa'Riin's bottom.
All right, so Lassiter's now standing there with...
I'll say, give me one cheek.
4 hands on the buttocks, all trying to wipe blood off. Annabelle Blue is actually trying to tap your hand away.
Should I actually address though this old and young thing?
Up to you. I mean...
Hey, Morrigan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware or not, but you keep flicking very quickly between being about 20 years old and like late 60s. I don't know if you felt anything, but I'm just saying.
I didn't feel anything.
Oh, you didn't feel anything?
Is it the lighting? Are you just...
No, I don't think it's the lighting. I mean, I thought it was the lighting maybe before.
I pull a little compact mirror out of my bra and like take a look. I'm like, I don't
I
see
know.
it.
It's really,
What do I see?
Very suddenly.
You actually do see it.
Oh.
You change while you're looking.
Oh. Convenient.
And it feels, now that you've seen it, as though that is something you could choose to do if you wanted.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I choose young.
Now, when she changes...
I don't have to feel like the stairs on my knees.
True.
Fair, yeah, don't we all? Now when she changes, this time now that she's staying the younger version longer, Freya / LV, you also recognise an actress, an up-and-coming actress who's only just started getting a few roles, been getting a bit of a reputation as a new and upcoming superstar. Yeah.
Lovely. Can I get an autograph? Please.
Yeah, the LV part of you was kind of like starstruck.
Yeah, okay.
But wasn't before when you saw the other Jamie Lee Weaver.
The older one?
Yeah, the older version.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so I put my mirror away. I'm like, all right, that's a cool trick that I have. Let's get out of here.
You do hear
figure that out later.
More blood dripping down the stairs above you, potentially.
Oh, you walked straight into that one.
Roll sanity.
I'm trying to be immersed. 47.
It's going to be hard to send you guys nuts. It's because I guess the 3 of you are technically already there.
been through a
You go
lot.
down the stairs, winding down until you see a long corridor. And at the end of the corridor, you see a man who kind of looks like he's in janitor's clothing, and he's very nervously standing at a door. And you can see him, he's jittery, he's confused.
You okay, sir?
He does not respond. He's tapping away at something. How close do you get?
I don't get close. Annabelle gets close.
You send Annabelle forward?
Yeah. Annabelle, can you check him out? I'm worried that with these blood monsters that he might become one.
I'm going to count that as being part of the previous use just because she's only just started, right? So it's like she
I thought she was like leading us to the morgue.
So you get a couple of minutes worth of...
that was...
Yeah, when she rocks up, she's around for a little while. Then she
Yeah.
might just flitter away for a bit and come and go.
Okay.
So she walks up and just looks over his shoulder very sweetly and says, "How can I help you, young man?" And he doesn't respond to her, obviously, because he can't see her at all. But she turns around and goes, he's tapping at something, But Annabelle Blue has no idea what it is. She's never seen this thing before. It's got numbers on it.
Numbers. I don't like that.
Numbers, my mortal enemy. Numbers again.
Guys, I really think we should get out of here, get somewhere safe and regroup.
I think we should see what the numbers are.
What numbers?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I forgot you can't hear Annabelle. Annabelle said his old mate here is not responding, but he's very immersed in some number tapping.
Again, with people melting and becoming blood monsters, some rando tapping at the wall at numbers, whatever that means, not looking good.
You hear Annabelle Blue saying, he's saying something. And she says, it's just 4 numbers, Carl. It's just 4 numbers. And he's just repeating that over and over again.
Annabelle, you're worth your weight in gold if you weighed something.
It's just 4 numbers. Is it a code to something?
Hard to tell from where you are. You can't see through the janitor.
I think we need to go look. I'm going to have a look.
We'll have a look, yeah.
And why is a janitor tapping at numbers? His name's Carl. I think he's talking to himself. So I'm like...
Jen, that doesn't sound like a great person to go speak to in this.
I'm going to talk to him. Carl! Carl!
Does not turn around. Just nervously tapping.
Not like this. All right, I'm going straight over. And I'm actually going to put my hand on his hand and say stop.
He turns around abruptly and looks in your eyes. Are you one of them?
Are you one of them?
Don't go in the shade. Don't. Just 4 numbers, Carl. Just 4 numbers. And he turns around and starts tapping again at the pad, and it goes bam.
He doesn't know that. He doesn't know the code.
You've never seen something like this before. This little pad with numbers all over it. Looks like a calculator to you.
Yeah.
What's a calculator?
What's a calculator? Do you mean abacus?
How far back in time do you think you went?
I don't know.
We've had machines with numbers on them in your time period.
Is this door blocking our way to where we're trying to go? Or can we just...
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to go through that door.
That's what you've been told by LV.
Carl, I'm not one of them. I'm not going to hurt you. Let's just breathe for a minute. I'm going to get you through this door because we need to get through the door, okay? Okay? Take a deep breath.
Yes.
Has anyone tried the door handle? And I kind of pushed them aside in a very I'm used to taking up space kind of way.
Yes.
I'm
no
liking
worries.
this body that I'm in.
You push them aside, and when you get to the door, you don't see a keypad at all. You see a doorknob.
Yep. And I try to turn. I kind of scoff. I'm like, freaking what numbers? And then I try the door handle.
It is locked. You do also see that it has a keyhole, but it's locked. So you hear that, you get that jiggling noise that doors make.
I don't think there's a door at all. I think we just walk through it. I think it's an illusion. Let's walk through. Just believe there's no door.
Lassiter just walks into the door.
I step back because I think he's going to walk into me, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Lassiter, you're rolling sanity on that.
Fine.
After choosing to not believe in doors.
Again, 43. Don't worry about
so
me.
Much. Lassiter's like, I tried to walk through.
Detective.
I walked through many a door. Annabelle Blue pops her head through the door, though, just like you tried to do, and says, it's not that hard.
Well, tell me what's on the other side, Annabelle.
The morgue.
Oh, thank God. Annabelle, can you look at from the other side?
And she goes, in fact, I really don't like being in here, and just straight through to your side again.
I give her a cuddle. I'm like, Annabelle.
Yeah, could she just unlock it?
Can you just unlock it from the other side, please?
All right, you're cuddling?
Yep.
Yep, she's definitely cupping your butt.
Yep.
And
I always say thank you so much, Annabelle. You honestly have no idea how valuable you are. I know it's not nice in there, but to get out of there, we're going to go through it. So could you please check the other side of the door and see if you can get us in that way?
All right, she slides through the door again, and she's gone for a little while. And you're just standing there next to Carl. She hasn't come back yet.
I'm just rubbing his back, going, shh, you're okay.
Yeah, he's still tapping away, and it just keeps going, bah-bah.
I'm just going to let him do it.
So am I just seeing
it's really
him
weird
tap at
because
the wall?
You're seeing him tap at the doorknob, and you are seeing it sort of fade in and fade out. Every now and then you're like, why is he tapping a doorknob? And then suddenly you see a pad, and then it's very confusing.
Yeah, so that's kind of flicking in and out of time as well.
I don't get why we can all see different things.
We're from different time periods. So I'm from the 20s and you're from more modern time. So I am seeing it as if it was in the 20s or things that I understand.
I get it now. That is cool.
He's creative, isn't he?
That is very creative.
Wait till you have to solve a problem in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
Actually, this is technically the 4th.
In Carl's time, the keypad's there. In yours, it's not.
Yeah.
But it's flicking in and out. Okay. I don't think there's much I can do for him right now. I'm just going to try and soothe him until that door opens.
Yeah, that's fine. He's not getting that code right.
No, he's not going to happen.
But
I'm just going to let him go.
You guys can look around.
If the ghost succeeds in opening the door, though, he's going to feel so great because he'll think that he's got it right.
Annabelle pops her head back through and says, "It's all clear in here. That's good, right? But so sorry. I must have used up all my power to touch stuff."
My butt? To touch my butt?
She touched the
butt. You used up all your power to touch my butt?
Wouldn't you? She
Worth
giggles a little bit.
Worth it,
and she gives you another tap on the butt straight away. And you're like, Annabelle, you still have power.
Using all your power.
But she goes, but on the other side there was nothing. I couldn't see anything. I expected a handle. Well, there was nothing no door. Everything faded and there was nothing there. I was looking at a doorknob and then it faded. Then I was looking at a pad and then it faded. And then there was nothing and I thought I could push it and it didn't push either. I couldn't do it.
Good job, Annabelle. Now come back over here where you feel safer.
That looks hard.
Hey, Freya.
Yes.
Whatever your name is in this body.
Oh, LV.
LV. Do you want me to call you LV or Freya?
LV?
It doesn't matter between you guys. It might matter later on.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Can you lockpick in that body? Do you still know how to do that? Because I can see the lock. If you could just figure out a
Surely
way.
I could. Oh, maybe some of my skills have transferred over.
I pull some bobby pins out of my hair and I hand them to her.
You've already changed, remember? You've already been a different person. So yeah, you can do some things.
I've got, well, I still have.
Is that a skill
what can I
on
use?
this chart?
It is a skill, but.
It's a skill, but you've only got one more. This will lock you down.
Do I want to use it
like
now?
that would be it. Okay.
That's it, yeah.
I more meant like, is it on this chart thing?
There are things on there you can still use.
Oh, there's a locksmith thing?
Yeah.
What's your locksmith skill?
But being in LV's body, you get LV's skills in some areas.
It's an alphabet.
70.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
I'm sticking with my question.
Should I give it a go?
I hand some bobby pins over. I'm like, can you...
You haven't even looked at it.
Not bobby pins. I'm from the 20s. The hairpins.
All right, so I'm going to take the hairpin and then I'm going to walk towards the door.
Yep.
But do I have a problem with what I can see?
When you get there, there's a pad there.
Yeah.
It's a number pad, so the bobby pin really doesn't...
It's not helping.
The hairpin's not of much use.
So I can't use I can't really use locksmith, can I?
Well, there's still a keypad there, and you can see there are 4 numbers that have been worn down more than the others.
Carl's an idiot.
The one almost looks like it's gone.
One? What are the other 2?
9 and 7.
All right, I'll punch in 197.
And nothing happens.
I'll punch in 179.
So what you've really punched in then is 1971.
So there is 4 numbers.
But only 3 numbers in the code.
Do we need to figure it out?
I think this is a puzzle.
Nah, I'm going to turn to a horse and kick the door down.
I think we need to do that. It sounds like a puzzle.
I'm not doing a puzzle. I'm tired.
All right, give me a strength check.
With the big dice?
Yes. As a horse.
As a horse.
I have to come up with your
You got
strength
to
for a
keep your
horse.
shape-shifting here? Is my reaction.
So good, hey?
So good. Well, apparently I was only allowed to choose 2, so I was like, obviously wild shape, don't be stupid. Yeah. And I can do it whenever I want to.
Unlimited.
So my superpower here is that I get to be young and they get to maintain shape-shifting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this seems fair.
13.
Oh, she did it!
The door shatters. In fact, what it really does is it flings wide open because the code was correct. That's it. So you've gone, watch this, and karate kicked the door. There were only 6 combinations with me giving you those numbers.
And Indy got it correct first go.
And she got it correct accidentally.
That's hilarious.
By putting in starting the second code too fast. But you kick a door open.
Well, we'll call it a team effort.
As soon as you kick it, you hear it going and opens.
That's so funny.
How does Carl react to seeing a horse?
When you turn around to see Carl, you hear the whispers.
Stay out of the shadows.
And Carl's face
What does that mean?
and
Stay
his
out of the
hands
shadows.
and all of that is starting to come away.
No, Carl, get out of the shadow. Look into the light.
And you can see the blood and the water creature.
Shit, Carl.
And
I don't want to say I told you so, but I
he's
told you so.
screaming and falling to the floor in a panic. No, I tried so hard. And then slowly rising from the floor is another blood dripper.
Shut the door.
Yuck.
Oh, yes! Roll sanity! What'd you get?
45.
Is that under your sanity? I know it is,
Yeah, it is.
You do see it the blood dripper start to rise from the floor, but you shut the door in its face.
Not today, motherfucker.
And now you're in the morgue. A room of stainless steel from one perspective, with stainless steel doors for you, Freya. Yeah. All of those are shut, and 4 stainless steel tables in the middle of the room. Kaa'Riin/Lassiter. The room seems to be mostly metal, but some of the cabinets are wooden.
Gross.
It's not so much different for you either there, Jamie Lee Weaver.
I was just expecting, and you see a pit in the floor just piled high with bodies.
I didn't go that far back.
It's the Black Plague.
You see a mound that they've been performing rituals at. But for you, probably the main difference would be this doesn't look like you think this looks like a set on a movie.
Okay, so another melted body. Told you so. So what was the plan once we got here?
Getting the body
bags. This is how we get out, right? You said bags or truck?
So we could get in the bags and then someone would pick us up and throw us in the car. We'd get out that way. Or, okay, we could just steal that truck and then make a vault for it.
Are you pointing?
Yeah.
So what are you pointing to? Because you're in a morgue.
Because we're in a room. We're waiting for someone to come in and put us in the truck.
Is there like a roller door or something?
There is a roller door.
Okay.
We're going to run over to the roller door, open it up, and then have a look at the truck.
Do I see a roller door?
No, you do not.
I wouldn't.
How do we stabilize the time we're in? I just pick one time.
You are in one time.
No, we're not. They're flickering in and out.
No, you are.
No, I want us all to be in the same time.
That's much harder.
Make it happen. Let me roll.
Well, I don't even think we've
same time.
talked. Like, we haven't talked about the fact that we're all seeing different things yet. Like,
No.
we need to.
I have. I told you you're going young and old.
It's
yeah,
not
and I
quite
saw
there.
that. That was me though, not the.
And then Annabelle told us about the pad coming and going.
You can give me an occult roll.
She did.
If you give me an occult roll, you may get some information. One of your rolls, one of your skills there is your understanding of the occult.
Got
or
it.
Lassiter's understanding.
Okay, well that's not helpful. 94. Don't worry about it. I'm not even going to bother checking.
This doesn't make any sense to you.
Um,
None whatsoever.
So you've pointed,
Yeah.
and I look over there. What do I see?
You see a wall.
Freya, I do not mean to insult you. I know that it's a very stressful situation. We have no idea what's going on, but you're pointing at a wall. What do you mean?
No,
there?
there's a roller door there.
There is a wall. There is a wall, a solid wall.
I'm going to walk over and pull the roller door up and say, see? Roller door.
The roller door opens. You see like a car park. You do not see a truck there though. You see like a loading bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no truck sitting there though.
Any cars?
No, not in this area, no.
What do I see?
She's just walked to a wall. She's standing there staring at the wall.
She's like,
I turn to Kaa'Riin and I'm like, I'm really worried she's about to melt into a blood person. Do you see her just standing by a wall saying there's a door there?
No, I see a loading dock. She's right.
Guys, I don't see a door.
That's
I see
all right.
a wall.
Just trust.
Just trust.
Just trust.
Just trust. Close your eyes and walk through. Otherwise your brain's going to tell you there's a wall there and it's going to physically stop you. Just hold my hand. Let's go.
You have just watched Lassiter walk into a door. This may or may not work.
Truth.
Can I try what Stacey didn't roll for a cult to try and...
Yeah, okay.
94.
Wow.
Fuck off. Oh. We are destined to never know what's going on in this game.
Oh.
You know that thing where people who are actually in the thing,
Yeah.
who should know because that's kind of their thing, actually don't know what the hell they're talking about? That's what you're doing right now.
Okay.
This is stuff that should make sense to you, but you've obviously not paid attention in your entire existence.
All right. So I turn back to Freya. I'm like, you know what? If you think there's a door there, because I feel like you're pranking me, both of you are pranking me. If you think there's a door there, walk through it.
It's not the time for pranks, Morrigan.
I'll walk out into the loading dock.
And you do so. Lassiter, you see her walk into the big open area that you saw.
And I follow.
And, okay, So, Jamie Lee, 2 people just walked through a wall, disappeared.
All right, not the weirdest thing I've seen literally even today.
Nice dodge on the sanity roll.
Well played, babe.
I look at the wall. They've disappeared.
You do sound a little bit like you're going insane.
I look back at my other option, which is the door with the creepy blood guy. I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine. And I brace myself because I don't think this is going to work, but let's give it a try. Worked for them, and I try to walk through the wall.
And you said you don't think it's going to work?
I'm torn. Jamie Lee Weaver does not think it's going to work. Morrigan, seen weirder shit.
Yep.
And trust the girls.
Yeah. I'm like, my girls have said that there's a door. They've walked through. I've seen them walk through, so I know that it's walkable. Jamie Lee Weaver is like, that's a wall.
Yeah, so you're torn.
Torn.
You're all out of shape.
Sure.
This is how you feel. You're cold and
lying
all
naked
alone,
on the floor.
naked on the floor. The illusion wasn't real. I based this entire episode on Natalie and Brulia.
Great decision.
You walk into the wall and fall down. Roll me a d6 and then halve it, because you really shouldn't get a lot of damage from this, because you didn't believe in the walk in the first place.
Yeah, she went cautiously.
You basically have to rub your noggin.
Okay, I'm going to roll this new D6 that I got as a gift at Comic-Con, which
looks
has
pretty.
kitty cats on it.
Oh, that's very cute.
5.
All right, you can take 2 points of damage for that.
Is that sanity?
No, that's your hit points. You hurt yourself. Not mentally, physically. And you fall back on the floor.
Ow.
Girls, you very clearly hear an ow.
Let me laugh.
Girls.
Because you can turn around and you see she just fell over for no reason.
I'm going to reach through and help her up.
She looks like an incredible mime. You both go, wow, she really is a good actress. It's unnecessary, but here we are.
She's killing it. I'm going to reach down, so I'm going to stay on my side of the wall, essentially, and then I'm going to grab her hand and try and pull her up through. Maybe she just needs to be tethered to something.
You're going with that?
Yeah, well, you've pulled me through.
All she can see is an arm, I guess.
You're offering me a hand. You're not pulling me through. You're offering me a hand.
I'm offering you a hand because you're on the ground.
Yeah.
You fell down.
Okay.
So a hand comes through a wall.
I'm going to say, let me help you out.
But you don't hear her.
I don't hear her, but I see a hand come through the wall.
No, she's on the other side of the wall. The hand came through, but the sound didn't.
Yeah. I just pull her up. I think she just needs to be tethered to my time through me, so I'm just going to pull her through.
And you go through.
Yay!
Okay, girls, the trick is to hold hands at all times.
The solution to all of life's problems.
Hold hands.
I look at you and I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I told you.
That's not weird.
I look at, like, I'm holding your hand. I look at you. Yeah. I lean back and have a look at the butt that was being cleaned earlier.
Because she's not me,
okay.
it's Lassie. Lassie's a good-looking man.
Well, it's a bit of a
You're attractive in all forms.
Yeah.
That may well be true.
Okay, we need to get somewhere not surrounded by watery blood people so we can figure this out, because we've got some shit to talk about.
I think we need to wait for this truck to get away on it, because there's nothing here. It's just a loading dock. We need to wait for the truck to come.
Is it absolutely necessary that we wait for the truck? Who's driving the truck? Do you have any more information?
Should we hypothesize at what we think might be happening here?
Oh, we'll have the chat now, and
I'll wait
while
for the
we're
truck.
waiting for the truck.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the last thing that you guys remember before
The truck arrives. No, you go ahead.
before being here? Because the last thing I remember is being in the cave under the mountain, and Dornus returned.
It was only now, frozen by the parlor tricks of gods, that Dornus began to see his part in the plan. It was only now that he realized it was not his plan that had been followed. His eyesight was locked into the long line of light the golden spear made as it edged closer and closer through the mountain towards the mouseling that was slowly filling with souls once meant for the mother of Dornus, Namarath. But Dornus saw something else. The mouseling held a staff partially bound by a simple cloth that had fallen away from a medallion at the top. And now the symbols in the medallion glowed. Wisps of light, souls, so many souls, were falling from the glyphs and weaving, returning into the one called Lute. They seemed to sing as they swam. It wasn't him, thought Dornus. It was the staff. did they hide it from me? How much power will he hold? And then rocks and snow began to fall in slow motion from the top of the cavern. Undulok was near.
Meta AI is the personal AI that's tailored to you, now with its very own app. It's built to get to know you, offering helpful answers and inspiration. Looking for something to add to your bucket list? Meta AI goes beyond traveling the world. It remembers you're a basketball fanatic and suggests you attend one of the playoff games. Just start typing or speaking to get the answers you need, wherever and whenever, because Meta AI is your personal AI. Download the Meta AI app, now available on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
We off? 30 seconds of carefree bliss. Oof, like wind in your hair carefree. Oh, like using Clorox Disinfecting All-Purpose Cleaner in the home carefree. Yes! Like dog slobbing on the coffee table and cleaning it with Clorox Carefree? He's on a roll now. Spit toothpaste on the faucet. You got it. You got it. Peanut butter on the light switch. Oh, spritz, spritz. Spritz, spritz. Clorox, man. Clean feels good.
Okay, we're back. Use as directed.
Walmart Business is in the business of helping your business, regardless of whether you're building bridges, building spreadsheets, or building lesson plans. Ooh, that looks fun. Walmart Business can help save you time, money, and hassle so you can focus on what you're building instead of what your supply closet is missing. In short, we take care of business so you can do more with yours. We're the Walmart you love, now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com.
And that's the last thing I remember.
I remember trying to make Loot into a god.
Yes.
I remember a child.
We were talking to Thassa and Stucker about
their child. Their lost child.
You both sparked another memory for yourself, not one you can listen to, but in your own mind right now, something about the name Thassa and Stucker rings a bell. So can you both roll a cult for me, please?
Can I have a higher occult number first?
No.
84.
Oh. 33.
What's your occult?
10.
Yeah, you just don't really know much about this.
No, not my jam.
They wanted their child. They looked for all through time and space, but not another world.
And Dorna said another world, and this feels decidedly not
Another
our
world.
world.
But also there's like, how many dimensions going on here?
Too many. I think time and space is colliding somehow. There's some overlap.
But do you think we're like this because Thassa and Stucker are...
We know a space and time god. Gods.
Yes.
Okay, so
we can look through different times at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's multifaceted. I think also their child, well, obviously then would be a god. There's something here, and I'm not sure if the child's doing it.
Well, your creepy doctor friend did say, find a child, don't fall asleep, let the water in and breathe. And the fact that we're in a different world, time seems kind of wackadoo. I feel like our god friends definitely have something to do with this. Maybe they are actively searching through this world, through time as well, in this world.
Maybe the comas, everyone going into comas, they're like portals.
So are we supposed to be like, did they send us here to help find their child? And why don't we remember, like, why aren't they telling us this? Why did they just send us in bodies?
I don't know.
Maybe we can't be here.
That is a good question.
In our form. Maybe we have
Which means
this as
they're
the world.
probably not here either.
Which means they're not here.
The truck starts rolling down into this. It's like a garage area, to be honest with you. So it's coming down the hill towards you. You can see in the front of it. And you don't see drivers. You see shadows.
Stay out of the shadows. Don't, bitches. Stay out of the shadows.
What are shadows though? What are they? Are they alive?
They look like the shape of people, but they are just shadows.
Like the shadow
Are those the
dogs.
things that we dealt with in her room?
Yes.
Yes.
They
Okay.
look the same as those sort of things, yeah. The truck, by the way, looks very different for each of you. I don't know if I need to describe that at this stage. I think you're
Everyone
aware.
hold hands.
When you hold hands, all of you.
Yes.
Legit.
We're all holding hands. We need to be tethered.
When you do that, you can choose which dimension you wish to be in.
Yes, queens.
That's cool.
We've got a hack. We have a hack.
And even though I just want to do it for the time period, you see a very futuristic, like a Tesla truck, but better, because seriously. But you see one of those.
It's a BYD.
It's a BYD truck. So that's what you would have seen. Stacey, you would have just seen sort of like an old support truck, like a medical vehicle from after the war. It's like it's been done up, repurposed.
Yeah.
And even though you would absolutely see almost exactly the same thing, just to separate the distances, you see a horse and cart.
Yeah, okay.
But no, you see a truck too.
And do we get to flick through these 3 options now that we're holding hands?
If you hold hands, you choose.
Let's go the
Do we
futuristic.
get to see our choices?
How do we choose though?
Well, because the 3 of you together will see all of them simultaneously
Yeah.
and choose.
That's so cool. It's like being in a video game. All right. Girls, which truck do we want? Or do we want the horse?
All
I
of them,
kinda
all
want the
of them are
horse.
still driven. No, it's just a truck.
I don't know. This horse is going well. Actually, let's get the horse.
Oh,
There's
God.
no horse. And then Kaa'Riin, you can turn into a horse and help it out.
Or we could go with the truck.
Actually,
Futuristic truck.
I'm sorry. Just pause. So, shadowy creatures.
Yeah.
Why don't we go option D? Kaa'Riin turns into a horse and we just ride off into the sunset with her. Why do we need creepy shadow truck?
We
Also
don't.
a good idea.
Fuck
But
that noise.
if we're trying to sneak out of here,
Sneak? Who's here to see us?
I don't know. I feel
The
like
shadows.
I feel like something's going on and we should be like
Something.
in hiding.
Something iffy.
Turn into a horse.
No, I think we need the truck.
That can't be the answer every time.
I would like to take command from Morrigan into this world.
Okay.
And I would like to command Kaa'Riin to turn into a horse.
Okay.
That's what you go. That's the choice we're making.
I want out of here, and shadows doesn't seem the way.
I'm doing it, but I want you to know that was not enthusiastic consent, and I
Yeah.
turn into a horse.
Oh, you didn't even have to roll. I was going to say, it's like you think you're in charge of them. Anyway, you're just going to do it.
I have to. She commanded me.
Well, you can roll to see if you, decide not to, but if you choose to, that's all right.
I'm a horse now. Is that what you wanted? I'm like, nay. Fucked.
Enthusiastic nay. All right, the truck pulls up and the 2 shadows come straight through the doors without having to touch the doors.
They
you
leave
see-
the truck.
They leave the truck from the front of the
taking
truck. They
the
get out of
fucking
it, and they have like a viscous fluid that stays behind them as they leave the
Yuck.
truck. It's like they solidify right in front of you, and they look directly at you and start to move.
I'm just
What,
an
the
innocent
shadows?
horse.
I'm going to look back at the horse and be like, okay, nod if you're happy for us to run away on you right now, or shake your head if you want to fight these guys for this truck.
They left the truck. Can't we just take the truck?
They're coming towards us, though.
They are between you and the truck.
Oh. I don't want to touch them. This is stay out of the shadows, which means I think you should not be touching those shadows.
So you're shaking your head?
I'm shaking my head. We're going to try and dodge around them.
I turn back into a person. and I duck to the left and I start running to the truck.
There's some underlining tension there. So you're going to try and run around them to get to the truck?
Apparently, yeah.
I'm going to turn to a mouse and run.
I don't know.
You use your words.
No.
I'm scared. Yeah.
Wait, what was that? Roll me some sanity.
What did you do? Okay. 26.
Okay. Indy's dice is so round that it pretty much never stops.
No, that's it. I'm like, I have
She's
to.
got to tap it to stop it, so it
Yeah.
looks like you're trying to cheat, but of course you also can't really see the numbers, so
It's also very difficult. And
Yeah.
it doesn't sit.
doesn't sit.
You have to nudge it to sit it flat.
D100s are hefty. Okay, so no, again, somehow you're like, yeah, I've seen far weirder things today.
Is this a multi-cab truck? Like, is there a backseat?
Which one did you pick in the end?
The futuristic truck?
I didn't know if you locked that one in because
But
you were
we
talking
didn't pick
horses.
anything.
I think
They
that's a
tried
good
to
idea.
ride me out of here.
Yeah.
I
That's what I was confusing. Look, it looks very impressive, actually. Like this thing would be able to help you survive almost any medical condition.
Let's take it.
So how do you get to it? 2 shadows between you.
Well, I just turned into a mouse and then I scurry down between them.
Okay.
Nice.
And I get to the truck, turn back into a person, get in the truck, reverse it, try to run them over, kinda. Say, girls, get in. And then I look at Morrigan and go, that's a command. And then
Girls, you do notice that as she reverses, she goes straight through the shadow people and it leaves that muck on the back of the BYD truck, medical van.
Like I got the ceramic coating, huh?
Can you open the back doors?
Yeah, it's a futuristic truck, so I just press a button.
Don't even have to do that.
Oh, it's voice control. Back doors, open.
Why would Lassiter know how to do that?
Doors, Cory.
Was me asking enough for the truck to recognize?
No. They don't work by the people walking past them.
Well, you get to open them with your
That'd be
hands.
hilarious.
Then. Use your hands. You have those. You understand a handle, I guess.
I pull a handkerchief out of my bra so I don't have to touch the muck and open the
does that
back
muck
doors.
like stay and turn it? Like,
Well,
does
it's got
it
the back of the truck.
contaminate
I
you?
reversed into it.
Yeah, but they went through the truck and the muck stayed on the outside of it, so it's dripping down.
So I'm using my handkerchief because I'm a lady, and I'm using that to open the back.
But does that muck, like, if you touch it, do you turn to muck?
There is really only one way to find that out.
Don't find
We're not
out.
gonna find it.
All right.
Listen to that inner voice.
I climb.
Touch the muck.
I pull my skirt so that I don't get dirty, and I climb into the back of the truck.
Okay. Indy / Freya /
Yeah,
LV.
I'll jump into the truck as
All
well.
right. When you get in there, the 2 shadow guys are right in there. They're inside the truck, of course. They just went through. They both reach forward and try to grab each of you. Well, the good news is for you both that
They don't grab us.
they somehow managed to not grab you in this very
Well,
small
they're
space.
shadows.
And they fall out of the truck.
No, they do not. What would you like to do?
Drive.
With the windows open, so maybe they'll like wisp out.
I'm hoping they're
You
kind of
guys
just
hold
standing.
on. Yes. You know what I mean? Like they're not buckled in. Maybe the wind would be enough to like suck them out of there.
And I hold on to something.
I'm going to floor it.
Drive.
I hear BYD goes 0 to 105 seconds, so we're
Now,
good.
this is a futuristic truck, and this thing's designed to get going. It does go quickly, and it does leave the 2 shadows behind you, but they turn straight away. And you didn't shut the door. That's how they got blasted out the back, so you can still see them. They turn straight away, and you see their bodies contort and fold, and they turn into the dogs that you've seen before and start running straight after this vehicle. Lassiter, you can't see this unless you decide to look in the revision mirror, but you know how fast these things are.
They're fast.
But you haven't seen what they are yet, but 2 of them are already
We have,
chasing.
though.
You've only seen them start running. They're coming straight towards you, and they seem to be pretty quick.
Yeah.
Plus, you're going up an incline because you've got to leave this car park.
We now have shadow puppies chasing us.
Shadow puppies, I like it.
I've come across these shadow puppies before. We can shoot them.
I love Indy's whole thing is to just say I like it after everything creepy. I like it. Yep, I like the blood going.
I do like it.
It's fine.
It's
I like
fine.
it.
It's everything's
Where are we going
fine.
in this truck?
All right, yeah, I'm going to call Cypher, and I'm going to ask, hey, Cypher, we're in the truck. Where do we need to go now?
Alrighty. Yeah, you get straight through.
LV, I don't know about this. There was someone outside my hutch. Maybe it was something that sounded like a dog, but one that needed its nail trimmed. It was there for so long. I just kept it tight, LV. I didn't take a breath. I think it was doing all the breathing for me. Like a heavy panting. LV, what the hell are you into?
Do you ask Cypher a question?
Yep. Where do you think should we go to Cypher? Obviously, they can hack into stuff, so they might be able to find the child through like cameras.
Cypher whispers back to you. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
You wouldn't.
We need to get somewhere
You
safe.
really wouldn't.
LV, I have to go.
Is it safe if we come to you?
It's not safe where I am.
Where are you?
She doesn't want to answer that question. She hangs up.
Do you know where we're going?
No, not a clue.
And you said shoot. We can shoot them. Do you have like bow and arrow?
I got a gun. Gun.
Basic.
I'm going to shoot them.
It says gun. Basic. I remember it was a big deal at the time that I didn't write more detail about the gun.
Handgun.
You're
Basic.
steering this though.
I'm Lassiter.
Give me a roll to see how you go with the driving skill, because it is a skill.
Oh.
63.
And your drive skill is?
60.
As you come flying out of the top of the ramp to leave this place, you smash into one of the barricades. It redirects pretty quickly. You're back on track, but because you're trying to do too many things, perhaps, you nearly put yourself in a bit of danger there. You're back on the road. Where are you driving to?
I'm just driving, and I'm going to throw my gun over to Freya.
Great. Both of you give me dexterity checks on that one.
Because I can't drive and shoot.
You can risk it.
4.
Throw
Nice.
spectacular.
85.
the cat.
Less than spectacular.
The pass could not have been better.
Oh, man.
The good thing about the pass not being bad is this could have been thrown out the back of the truck. But because the passes go so good, this just slams into your chest and he's now on the ground, but he's sliding around in the back of the truck.
Someone pick that fucking gun up and shoot these dogs, please.
This feels like, what is it, I Am Legend?
I pick up the gun and aim for a dog.
So it's a little bit different from I Am Legend.
Different, Andy.
Different motivation. Okay. Firearms skill for that one. Let's see how you go with that. I just saw Indy's.
What's Indy's?
10.
Mine's 50.
Not built to fight.
Mine's 70.
I do all my own stunts.
You have been trained on set.
Yeah. 71.
You fire and the bullet just goes whistling through the air. You see it ricochet off the ground, spark up, and the dogs don't even dodge. And now you're at the top of this ramp and getting onto what is like a main road. You're spearing out into a main road, and you can see that these are not the only two dogs. They're now starting to come out of buildings to the side of you, down out of they're people crawling out of buildings next to you. And again, now it's been a while since you touched hands. Those buildings look different for each of you. So there's people crawling out the windows, and as they come down, the shadow of the people turns into the shadow dogs, and they launch towards you. I'd say there's between 10 and 20 of these things already coming from different angles.
All right, I'm clearly no good with this. Kaa'Riin, how about you be firearms? And LV, you know where we're going. Why don't you drive?
Yep, I can do that.
You're going to change the driver while driving.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I just suggested it. They
I'll
can say no.
I'll set it on cruise control. Because we're driving straight. So I'm going to set the cruise control, right, while we quickly swap out.
We'll check your drive skill on that one. Roll me that one, because I think Lassiter has never seen cruise control before, so it will be a little bit challenging. He's guessing what words mean at this stage.
14 and drive is 60.
Nice.
You know those stories you hear about people who put cruise control on because they think it does actually drive the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually does drive this car for you. So yes, this car is moving pretty quickly. However, it has no destination, so it's slowing down.
Okay, we just need enough to swap out so I can start shooting because my firearms is good.
Okay. Swap around.
All right.
What's your firearms?
70.
Oh, that is good.
What's your drive?
That probably would have been a question she should have asked before she took the wheel.
Can't be worse than mine.
40.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I'm good at everything. I can't do everything.
Yeah.
All right?
All right. Freya, where are we going?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You were the one with the directions.
I'm shooting.
I just don't know what we're looking for. Like, I know we're looking for the child. I just don't know where the child would be.
Lassiter in the background is firing multiple shots behind you. Very cool.
I'd like to pull in a different skill from my other world.
All right, let's see whether Lassiter manages to hit anything first before we do that. But because you were firing while that was all happening, give me a roll on your firearms. In fact, give me 3.
Just Lassiter?
Lassiter's the only one with a gun.
52. My firearms is 70. 13. Oh, that was bloody close to a 99. God, these dice just go all over the place. It's and 24.
All 3 of the bullets hit different dogs.
Yep.
And you can see that it shunts them back.
Do you want me to roll the damage?
Yes, please.
I have to roll it 3 times.
3 times.
What dice?
2d6.
2d6 for the gun.
Okay. 5 was the first shot. 6 was the second shot. 7 was the third shot.
Each of them yelps in a different way, and they change shape to almost try to move around the bullet, but are unsuccessful at doing so. It slows them down, and so the 3 of the dogs already get knocked back a bit too far, so they won't be catching up to you anytime soon. But almost as soon as they're knocked back, they get rushed over the top of by other dogs who almost go straight past them. They do look absolutely overwhelming. And then you hear a car screeching around a corner, and it just flies sideways. Lassiter, you recognize it as a black cab.
Yay!
And he's driving along behind you now as fast as he can, yelling, "Get in! Get in!"
You want me to get in from the truck into this cab? Are we doing that cool thing where we get to transfer cars while moving?
Well, he seems to think you guys are in more trouble than you think you're in. I don't know if it's because he's seen the way you drive so far or what it is, but he's begging you to get in.
Into the cab?
Yes, get in. Jump onto the bonnet.
Have you seen this truck? This truck is sick. You get in.
I can drive. I can't get out of this and get in that.
Well, we've got to lose. We don't know where we're going. He might know where we're going.
Yeah, he might have a lot more answers for us.
You're going to the pub? Of course you're going to the pub.
I need a drink. Let's go, girls.
That's not why. He's waiting for you.
Can't we do both? Who's waiting
Kaa'Riin,
for
do
us?
you know this guy?
No, I don't know shit about Scott. But let's get in here. So we jump onto the bonnet.
Or you're just leaping on.
Is there not an open door we can jump into?
Well, it's not stopped. You guys are moving pretty quickly. I mean, the truck's on autopilot.
Bonnet and then you crawl around to the window.
Oh, that'll be easy.
Yeah.
From the bonnet?
Yeah. Bonnet to window.
I don't know. I've seen it in the movie once.
Yeah, I saw it in the movie too.
Yeah, that's just such a far way to go. Like you'd almost be better doing like roof.
But he said bonnet.
Oh.
You can go. You can do what you please. You don't even have to go with him. You can try and talk him into driving your car. I'm good with all.
Okay, how about we'll meet you at the pub, but we'll follow you. So we're not jumping at all, but it's going to follow him to the pub because I don't know where the pub is.
Much better. That's I
a
like
good
that
idea.
much better.
It's a great idea.
All right, he's fine with it, and it skids out. It's incredibly agile, this little vehicle that he's got. And he skids out to the side, goes past you, and he's got lights flashing and everything so you can see him, and he's heading straight towards a tunnel, and he wants you to follow along with him. And so who's going back? You're going back to driving this?
Freya's driving.
Freya's
still driving.
Freya, give me a roll.
Yeah.
Give me a drive. See how well you do this.
62.
62. What is
My
your drive?
drive is 40.
Okay, you try to stick with him, but these dogs are now leaping into the side of the truck, and you can see it's buffeting it and pushing it sideways as you go into this tunnel.
How big are these dogs?
They're pretty big, actually. When you think of dogs, think more like actual wolf size, dire wolf, big things. And so it's buffeting this thing, and they're trying to get in, and you can see every now and then, like you've seen before, Lassiter, their faces do come through the side of the vehicle, and then they pull out as if they exist and then they don't exist. You actually see some of the teeth from these creatures get dropped into the back of this truck as they get blasted back out. But it does knock the truck sideways a little bit, and it hits the back of the black cab.
I'd like to try command on these creatures.
Sure.
In the form of halt.
Give me a sanity roll.
Why? 64. Just under.
They ignore you. However, when you're doing it, you hear other voices at exactly the same time. You can't make them out. They're whispers. You can give me an occult roll if you'd like to, see if you can figure out what sort of language they're in. But you know that they are very dark whispers.
Oh. I'm going to try an occult roll.
Okay.
62.
And your occult is?
10.
Very optimistic of you. Roll me another sanity check.
It was almost an 8.
That was very optimistic.
Yeah, you give me another sanity check.
26.
You definitely hear the voices now. They're clear, and you can tell, even though you don't know what they're saying, these are trying to get control of you now.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
That is not the defense against this. However, in this situation, you have managed to maintain your sanity, so the voices fade away. They are there. You did clip the front of the black cab. I'm just going to roll for that and see what happens. Oh, it swings back around and stays on track in the tunnel.
Okay.
But he's been hit. His back tyre looks like it could be damaged.
Well, keep driving. Get to the pub.
Can I investigate the back space to
Let's
see if there's anything I
investigate.
can use to like whack these naughty puppies on the nose?
It's mostly medical equipment, medicines.
Can I bring my bow and arrow in from the other world?
Yes, you can.
Should I do that?
Yes. Wait. I brought wild shape in. Did I bring anything else in?
Not yet.
No. That's
Is there
new.
a certain something that you want?
My axe.
You don't want to... Okay.
Well, she's not driving.
Say.
You have call lightning.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that.
I mean, I don't want to put that in your head, but I was saying the same with bow and arrow and stuff. Like, you guys have some skills, and you're about to... You could probably buy a bow and arrow in this world.
It's the sentiment. It's the
True.
sentiment of our
Yeah,
things,
like, I
I
need
think.
my
It's like
axe.
the comfort and the sentiment of them, not so much. But yeah, I'm bringing in call lightning.
You can do the axe. I'll make it
I'm
cool.
bringing in call
No,
lightning.
you can put your hand out and it will fly like Thor into your hands if you want to do the axe
No,
instead of call
lightning.
lightning. Because I kind of want to talk you back into the axe instead of the lightning now.
Why?
Because the lightning's so good that I wish I hadn't
It's
said it out
very
loud.
powerful.
I was like, the axe would have been much more challenging.
This is challenging. This whole thing is challenging.
Well, you are in a tunnel though. But yes, okay, you have the power to call lightning. There is something. Okay, no, okay.
What? No, don't.
You feel that lightning through your veins.
Oh, I love it.
And it doesn't leave.
Cool.
Girls, you can see it.
The lightning in me?
You can see her sparking.
That's so fucking
That is cool.
Heavy rock music kicks in for some
Yeah.
reason. Yep,
Heavy rock music starts happening. Now we're in a tunnel, right?
you are.
I'm going to crawl out of the window and claw my way onto the roof.
Yep, okay.
Yeah. And brace myself because I'm getting ready for us to be out of that tunnel as I call lightning and electrocute these dogs.
Okay, cool. Girls,
Do
what are
you
you
need
doing?
to wait until you're out?
She
Like,
needs to
is it in
see.
your body?
She needs to see sky. But no,
I need the sky.
But that's in the old school. You're right. She could try something different because it does
If I
seem
can feel
different.
electric in me, I feel like it's pulsing through me right now. I feel like I need to be connected. I just feel it. Don't ask
That's
me why.
just honestly, you can try it without if you want.
But if I throw electricity into a tunnel and it bounces around,
Yeah.
I'll die.
But your own lightning's never killed you before.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's go. All right. Yeah, I'm like, pump it up. This is a tune. And then I'm just going to, I don't know why, but I'm physically going to, even though I know I can just call lightning,
You're going to Palpatine this with your
I'm
Emperor
actually
Palpatine fingers.
going to, get my fingers and be like, lightning on all the dogs.
Okay. The lightning does come through either end of this tunnel.
Cool.
And it sparks all the way along very quickly, of course, and it feels like it hits everything. You see lights break, you see doors that are on the side of the tunnel smash open, you see the dogs get sprayed against the walls, you see the taxi that was in front of you spin out of control and flip. You see the truck itself, just all the power goes from the truck and it goes dark. The entire tunnel
We need that taxi then.
goes dark. But there are no dogs left.
Cool.
They're
That's one problem.
gone.
Let's go check the cab driver because I'm worried he's hurt. Is everyone okay?
Okay, now those dogs are gone.
Well, the two of them have just seen you call lightning, so almost want the sanity check on that
But
one.
they know who I am.
They do, but that doesn't mean they've got two parts to you. Sometimes somebody just saw some lightning shit just go on and just went, yeah, this is just the day.
We know who she is though.
But you sort of
They've
half
seen
and
me
half
call
understand
lightning.
things. It's
well, the half of
confusing.
them understands that I call lightning all the time like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And now you're doing it in like the most epic of ways.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the plus minus dice each. Here's one. Okay. If you get a minus, a blank means nothing changes. You're fine. But a minus will mean that the person you're inhabiting is the one who has to deal with it. Damn it. Okay.
Ah,
you
that didn't
both
work.
fell. Yep. All right. Fine. Oh, look at me. That didn't work.
I love it when your things don't work out.
Well,
1-1. What
Do
is
you?
it? 197.
couple of years worth of plan. You know this is going to bite you in the ass eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the taxi's on its side though.
Yeah,
the dogs are
that's the
gone,
thing.
but you hear howling in the distance. This is not over.
Yeah.
Get in, I say to the
We
guy
should
that was
get
trying to
him.
convince us to jump out of a moving vehicle.
I love that.
He doesn't move.
Oh, is he dead?
Well, you can't tell from where you are. It's not that bad.
Are we concerned that he's hurt?
Yeah, we're concerned.
And we're
Just
in
on
like
the
a
side.
fancy ambulance?
Yes.
So can we take things to him?
Yeah. Well, we could put him in the car. We could like lift him out and put him in our
Yeah, I think we
ambulance
need to take
car.
him.
It is very dark where you are.
I look for a stretcher.
Yeah, I think we need to take him with us. And we got medical stuff in the truck, didn't you say?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Well, is there a stretcher in there?
Have a stretcher. We still have headlights on our car.
No, everything went out when your lightning
Oh,
happened.
shit.
It's pitch black where you are.
Have you still got that?
Can't Morrigan see in the dark though?
No, she can't hear. When I say pitch black, I mean it's not. You know, there was light, a little bit of light coming out of that taxi, as if it didn't get turned off entirely.
And the ends of the tunnels.
End of the tunnels, yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to feel our way over.
You could see him sort of slumped a little bit.
Okay, so can we do a health check, a medical? Hold on. I'm going to check. What's everyone's medicine looking like?
10.
2.
2?
30?
I didn't know it went under 10.
Yeah, that's what it causes problems.
That's
Scalpel. No, I'm
awful.
fine. I'm fine. It's just a cold.
So I'm not rolling for that. So
Mine's 30, so it's not too bad. I'll roll for it.
What are you going to do though?
medicine him.
Give him some
Yeah, you got to tell me what
first
you're going to do.
aid.
This is all, you're in different times. You've got all sorts of things going on. What
You
sort of
do.
first aid? You haven't looked at him.
Doctor's ABCDs.
Start doing
yeah.
compressions. He's like, I'm fine. Fuck off.
No, well, you would just suss that out at the D.
All right,
At
go.
the
Yeah.
R.
All right.
We'll find that at
Go
R.
and give him the D. Yeah, I said it.
This is who I am now.
Hello. Are you ready for the D? Is what I say to him.
So for people without the doctor's ABCD training, walk them through it.
Oh, so
we're just checking for danger at
doctors,
this
we're gonna,
point.
yeah, have a look at the danger.
There's a
Any
shit ton of danger.
out?
There's dead
We got-
ghost dogs splattered against walls.
Dogs howling.
Things are flickering. People are making lightning come through tunnels from either end.
So at that point in the training, I should say, all right, now there's too much
danger for me.
Too much danger for
for
me.
We need to
me.
save ourselves.
So we're just going to go. But in this case, I'll look around.
I'll
that.
overrule the D. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll try and get him out of the car. Yeah. Use the jaws of life that I just took out of the truck.
Truck does have all sorts of fancy stuff because you picked the future truck.
Yeah, it is good.
And your future, your future is fortunately not some sort of apocalyptic hell that I could have made it as well. He's speaking to you as you try to get him out of the car.
Now, little known fact, and just part of the service, but did you know the Limehouse tunnels run right underneath a big open field? Rope makers, they call it. Now, I don't know if the rumours are true, but my mate Jono reckons there's an evacuation ladder that'll get you there. But before you go, there's a gun in the glove box. It's an old relic, don't ask. But there's not much point of me having it now, is there? All right, you better get going. Don't worry, trip's on me.
And he passes away in your hands, but he does have enough.
I never called that lightning. I'll carry that guilt forever. But I feel like you planned this all along from the recording.
No, well, there's multiple recordings. We've skipped 3.
Is there nothing we can do? Like, is there something in the truck that we can use to help him?
Sure, go back, have a look.
All right, I'm looking.
I need the box that says "Bring back to life."
Well, they don't really have anything like that, but you do see some.
Well, a defib. We already electrocuted him enough, didn't we?
Definitely got a defib if you want.
Another zap. I'm starting to think maybe one of us should have brought a healing power over.
Adrenaline is in there. All sorts of things. There's a lot of stuff with labels you do not know what they mean.
Use all of them.
Oh, God. Well, then you cure his herpes, which is lovely.
Wow, because I heard there is no cure for
on
that.
The way on out, well, it's the future. They put some time and money into it. People are still colourblind, but whatever. But he does he doesn't hand you. He opens the glove box as he's dying, and a gun falls out. So I'm going to give you that gun. It's called the Relic. But at the same time, if you wish to try and save him in any other form other than his herpes, what would you like to do?
Adrenaline. CPR.
Give me a medicine check.
Not me. Someone else.
You probably should get someone else to actually find the adrenaline, because with a 2 medicine.
I run to the truck and I grab an armful of things and I bring them over to Freya and I'm like, will any of these help?
Yes.
And then you can roll for medicine because you have the least shit one.
All right, so I'm going to carefully select 3 of the items out of the pile. When I roll, they're going to be the right ones that I need.
Correct.
Okay, fine. Give me 3 rolls then. 3 rolls for medicine.
That wasn't good. 58. 36, that's good. That's
Keep
1.
going. Keep going.
27.
Okay, so you grab 3 vials. 2 of them are good.
Oh. So I'm going to give him... okay, how do I figure it out?
Good question.
I mean, it's pretty good odds. He's already dead. Can't get deader.
That's true. Oh, I'll just use all 3 then.
Oh, God.
I thought you'd pick one.
That guarantees you give him something.
Oh,
he's not
true.
meant to. Yeah.
Okay.
All I'm going to do is I'm going to write down 1, 2, 3. And you're going to tell me which one you're going to decide to use. And I'll tell you whether you succeeded.
Okay.
1, 2, or 3 out of the 3 vials that you're injecting into where? Where are you injecting it?
In his thigh.
Okay.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for this day.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samara Origins by The Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samara Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samara. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samara Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks, or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Visit USAA.com/bundle.
Bundle savings are off total premium, not available in all states or in all situations. To qualify, auto policy must be active prior to property policy issue, subject to change. Restrictions apply. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
They're all auto-injectors.
2.
You hear him suddenly gasp for life, and he's not fixed, mind you, but he is alive. And he's like, oh God, don't go to the light. Whatever you do, the light, not what you think it is.
That's not bad.
Don't go to the shadows either. And you see he's still fading. I thought I told you to fuck off. Leave. And you hear a howl from both ends. 2 howls, obviously, or more. Multiple howls from either end of the tunnel.
Let's get him into the truck. Girls, help me.
Does the truck still work?
That I can do.
The lights in the truck are all out.
Okay, so we're going up the evacuation ladder instead. I think we're abandoning him.
All right. Oh.
Go without me. I'll hold them off.
No, I don't want you to die.
I just broke a riddle for this.
Broke a riddle.
Broke a riddle.
Cracked a riddle.
Did you?
Wasn't really a riddle, was it?
No.
I just picked a number.
What's everyone's first aid?
He needs more than first
30.
aid.
Oh, okay. Come on.
He's bleeding heavily from multiple
Can we just
locations.
put a bandage on him? Let's start bandage him up like a mummy.
He's got to be able to climb up a
Internal
ladder.
bleeding.
Well, didn't that medicine just fix him?
Brought him back.
So he can die slowly.
So you can give
Can we
him
give him
more
another vial?
pain.
Should I give him another vial?
Give him another vial.
It's 50-50 this time.
Okay, well, otherwise it's 0. So
1 or 3.
Oh, hold on. Can I have a look at the one that you gave him?
Yeah.
I want to look at the label on it and see if I can match it to the other ones.
They were all different.
Oh. Well, I look at the label of it, I run back to the truck, and I want to find more of this because this was good stuff.
Well, your medicine's so bad you might actually do that. Finding more adrenaline for somebody would probably not be a great idea.
No, but to take with us. I'm going to pack a bag.
Oh, that's okay. I'm good with that. Yeah, you do find some more of that.
Cool. I'm packing a bag.
Okay, 5 vials of adrenaline. Please write that down. You can use that.
It's a good idea.
It's not just called adrenaline. It's got a fancy name.
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline 3000X. Pro pack.
All right, 1 or 3, girls. What are our thoughts?
let me ask the spirits.
Yeah.
Annabelle Blue.
Oh my God.
Does she have medical training?
I was like, she's not really going to ask Annabelle, is she?
I am.
Annabelle appears before you, and here's what she says.
Lassie, you are not gonna believe this. I found my grandmothers. All of them. Anna Beth, Anna May, and Anna Shoggins. They're all here. And you wouldn't believe it? It's just a riot now. I can't get a word in edgeways. Can you believe such a thing? They are telling me every damn story. I've heard things that would make a sailor blush. Anyway, I'm guessing now would be a good time for us to help out.
Well, you couldn't be more correct, Annabelle.
I forgot, because these are all, but what I have is a series of different things that could happen, and it's just listed on mine as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't always know what's going to happen, but you now see before you Annabelle Blue and her 3 grandmothers. We've established she has 3, and they're swirling around.
Can you imagine that generational knowledge for medicine?
Yeah, okay, you can use them on medicine. It's modern medicine.
No, not for medicine, but to figure out what these vials are.
Sure, but at the same time...
One of them was a doctor, though.
No, she wasn't. But at the same time...
Why? Because she's a woman, Cory?
Pretty much. From that time period. Good luck with that. No, the reason why they don't automatically help you with the medicine is because at the end of the tunnels, there are the shadows, the dogs, the blood drippers, and they're all coming through in very fast numbers. And the grandmothers go to work.
Yes, they do!
Which is, it is actually based on a D&D spell. I just didn't think it'd apply now. So you have bought yourself a lot more time because the grandmothers and Annabelle Blue are fighting the dogs for you.
Great. Okay, I love that.
So I mean, instead of you having to leave now, you have 3 turns to figure out what you would like to do. Just 3, and when I say 3 turns, 3 rounds of ideas. If you don't have the solution by the end of your 3 rounds of ideas, the dogs will be back upon you, and Annabelle Blue will be gone again, and with the grandmothers. So, what are your plans?
And just to be clear, the truck is completely down. Like, it doesn't even have, like, the voice talky thing going for it.
It does not.
Okay, cool. Right.
You can repair things, but that may not be the easiest thing to do in the time you've got.
I'm also in the truck unpacking things. I want supplies.
Well, you got your 5 vials.
Yeah, of adrenaline.
Yeah, everything else is guesswork for you.
Yeah.
So you're just putting things in bags.
Can I get a description of like labels or anything that might help me make more educated guesses?
Okay. In the future, I have no idea what the drugs will be called, so I'm currently looking up.
I'm just wondering if there's going to be like color coding system and like yellow
Not
means...
one you'd understand.
Yeah, but like yellow means good.
Yellow means good.
Red means
made
bad.
a terrible mistake of typing into Google random drug names, thinking I was going to get medicines.
Why did you think that?
I don't know, but the first thing was cocaine, so that's not what I needed.
Meth.
What the hell?
Alpha-methyltryptamine.
Next thing we lose our jobs.
I reckon. Look, most of these things are impossible to pronounce anyway, and that's how it feels when you read the labels.
Do I see anything like with penicillin or like similar illin?
You do not have the training to know what these words
You know
mean.
what penicillin is?
But at the same time, she's an actress.
Oh, you know what? I'm looking for the good stuff. I'm looking for the uppers. There's no way I wasn't a working actress who was like getting a little pep in my step. I'm looking for some Xanax.
She very quickly, after you think like that, goes, oh, of course, I'll just look up the pills I normally get. And she starts flicking through pills and she recognizes that one of them has a little insignia on it that she's seen before.
Yeah, I want the uppers and the downers.
Okay, well, she only knows the uppers.
Oh, sweet. I want the uppers then.
Then she grabs 5 little canisters of pills.
Thank you. And I know bandages and stuff. Can I have some bandages?
Sure. You can have meters of bandages. It's a future truck, so these are self-sealing bandages.
Hell yeah.
Yep. It's right next to the spray on skin.
Yeah, grab that too. Okay. Well, we need to get out of here and I want him better. Where you want him better? All right, so we need to pick a vial.
Yeah.
We've got between 1 and 3.
1.
Is that your final answer?
Or 3, I don't know.
Because you've already rung a friend.
All right. Look, at the end of the day, if we do nothing, he's got 0 chance anyway.
That's true.
We do something as 50-50. We're giving him the best chance we can to take him with us. I want him with us. I think he knows things.
I think he knows some stuff and we need to keep him.
He knows where the pub is. I don't know where the fucking pub is.
Or which one it is.
So I think it's important we try to save him.
Yeah.
And maybe also ask him what pub so that if he...
Exactly, if he does perish. Actually, first of all,
if we do fuck it up, what's the answers?
He's still speaking and you've got, there's no time for that.
Okay, we're like, all right, look, we're going to try and save you. We have a plan. Freya's got you some vials and things like that. But just in case you don't make it, you need to tell us where this pub is and who we're meeting.
For a moment, he looks concerned that you don't know the name of the pub. But then, given that he's covered in blood and everything else, it's hard to know that that's how he's feeling. But he grabs, who's nearest?
Freya.
Me.
Grabs ULV/Freya and just says, the MacGuffin.
MacGuffin.
Get to the MacGuffin.
Why do I have to get to the MacGuffin?
No.
This is a great time to ask me lots of questions.
Who's
Did
there?
you think maybe there'd be something you could ask me about
Who's
who I'd
he?
like to tell stories to? Could you just tell my wife, perhaps, that she meant the world to me? But that's okay. Make it about you.
We can do those things if you like, of course. But there'll be no world for her if we don't save it.
And he sort of...
I like that.
He hardens for a minute, toughens up, because he does know that whatever you've been doing, he doesn't know all of it. But he knows that this has been serious. And he looks out back to Kaa'Riin, Lassiter, and he says, you sent for me all those years ago. You told me you'd be back. You just didn't tell me why. Yes, he whispers it like that at the end. Why? And he goes, actually, I'm fine. I just...
Just being dramatic.
I mean, I am going to go soon, but I'm capable of getting out.
And I pick up vial number 1 and stab him.
Oh, wait a second. Can we just find out who we're meeting at the MacGuffin? We need to know who we're meeting to know they'll find us. They'll know us. Okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Definitely number 1.
1.
Don't want to change your answer.
Happy with that. Lock it in, Eddie.
It is the correct file.
Oh!
He takes a deep breath. It doesn't stop the bleeding or anything like that. He's just going to last longer.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But now you can move him. I'm not stopping you.
I come out of the truck with my bag full of stuff And I'm like, oh, you guys got him up. Awesome. And I hand them some bandages and I'm like, we need to go. And I like hand them bandages and then I start up the ladder.
We need to get him up the ladder.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to a bear so that I can hold him with my strength in one arm and climb.
Strap him on with some of those
bandages.
I was just thinking like bandages for the bleeding because you said the bleeding isn't stopped.
It hasn't, no.
Yeah.
Blood all over that bear.
You said self-sealing.
Oh no, the self-sealing.
I wrote it down when you said it.
Yeah,
meters and meters of it, self-sealing.
Yeah, you just sort of throw it and it wraps itself around.
Great. Do that. I'm a bear though, still, because I need strength.
Yeah, I handed them to LV.
Do I need to roll for first aid for this?
No, I just
throw the bandages at me.
Bare hands aren't great for medicine.
Am I sealing him up first, like wrapping his wounds?
Yeah. Do you have time for that?
Could do it for a round.
I'll do a quick healing.
It does mean when you're climbing, these things will be on top of you as you're climbing out.
It's fine.
Not me though. I've already started. I needed a head start with the heels.
You just clink, clink, clink as she goes up the metal
Come
ladder.
on, guys.
You strap Darren.
And then I
Darren
strap
the driver.
Darren the driver to the bear.
Yeah, he's breathing. You've stabilized him, and the bear. Who's going first, the bear or LV?
Look, I'm just worried about the bear ripping the ladder down.
Yeah, you go first.
You found a way to go first.
That doesn't make you look like a bad person.
I'm not implying.
I'm joking.
I am implying.
LV, go, go, go.
I'm going.
Okay. At the top of this is a manhole, and you find yourself in a park. And you were inside the Limehouse Tunnel, which is underneath where we stayed when we were away.
I was going to say that sounded very familiar. Yeah.
But in this situation, you are now in an open field, the rope house, and there are people. It's the middle of the night, but there are people out behaving like it's not the middle of the night. There's people flying kites, kids running, but no sound.
No sound at all.
No, because that's just too hard for me to put in later on when I edit. No, it's legit. There's no sound. It's quiet. It actually would be better if there was sound.
The world's muted.
Okay.
This section is.
I noticed there's no sound because I come up first and I turn to look at Freya LV coming out of the tunnel and I put my finger over my lips as if to say, shh.
Like it's a quiet place.
Oh, yeah, creepy. Love it.
Let's at least blend.
And we all know how, Freya responds to things like that. So what does Freya do? What? We can't make noise? No. I don't know why she doesn't.
We're just going to
blend in, haven't I? Are we trying to blend in?
Cory, shh. Cory, shh.
What do you do, LV?
Shut my yapper.
Very good. And then a bear comes out of the hole behind you.
Yeah, and then I'm going to quickly ask, I'm going to glance around for, what is it? There's a pub? MacGuffin. I'm going to look at for the MacGuffin sign. And then
you're in a park, so you don't see any pubs in the park, obviously. Around the outskirts, perhaps. I don't know. You can hear noises coming from the tunnel below now, swirling towards the ladder.
Is the bear out?
The bear is out.
I'd like to push the cover back on.
Makes a strong scraping noise as it slides back over.
Perfect.
Is there like a picnic table?
Yes, heaps of picnic tables.
Oh, we don't want to make too much noise though.
You would have stopped for a picnic. I don't want to make much noise, otherwise the picnic was on.
I thought Kaa'Riin could pick up the table and put it on top of the thing, so if the dogs
extra weight.
Through.
Yep. Right now, Kaa'Riin could probably just be standing on it and it'll make it enough. But yeah, as far as
we're going to leave it. So yeah.
Kaa'Riin, you stay standing there.
Okay. I'd like to...
That's where I stay now.
I don't know what it is in this world. I assume it's not perception, but I'd like to look around and I'm looking for signs. I'm looking for, because sometimes parks have the signs for the exits or the whatever.
As you're doing that, Darren goes, "What are you doing?"
To me?
Yeah.
And I whisper, it's very uncomfortably quiet. I'm looking for the way out of here. We need to keep moving.
We need to get to the pub.
Which isn't here, so I'm trying to figure that out. Do you know which way to go?
I'm a taxi driver.
Excellent. Point the way.
And he's cottoned on that you need to keep things quiet, so he starts tapping gently.
Oh, like left and right on my shoulders.
Left and right on your shoulders.
And pat to go forward on the back.
And he directs you slowly through these people. And they don't appear to be acknowledging you either way.
Okay.
But let's not risk it.
Fair enough. It doesn't take you too long until he takes you down a few streets. As you're walking through the streets, he taps you again and says, no, back up. No, go forward. And you're sort of going forward and back. And he says, no, just keep looking forward. don't look to the sides. And what you notice out of the periphery of your eyes, this is all of you, is that there is just a laundromat sort of building. It's slightly different for each of you, these futuristic and so forth. But if you look forward, in the periphery of your vision, there's a pub, an old English-style pub called the MacGuffin. And he says, whatever you do, don't look at it. Just walk in.
So you think God we kept him alive?
Yeah, I wasn't predicting him to be here at all, but he's here and he's helpful. He's in pain and he's going to need urgent medical assistance soon. But you walk into a pub.
Hello, I'm Michael, and I play Sir Rogers, the owner of the finest pub in London, the MacGuffin. But don't worry, I've never been knighted. Not really, anyway. You look like you could use a drink. Came to the right place then. Those are some wide open eyes you've got there. Seen some stuff tonight, have you? Well, a drink might help blur that memory. Look, we don't do any of that fancy stuff here. You won't find any cocktails named after poorly considered sexual positions or thinly veiled and highly questionable social concerns. It's just gin and scotch. And we're out of gin.
When you walk into the pub, very much...
And we're out of gin.
Very much the pub looks the old English style, of course. Everything's wooden. And it looks like that for everybody when you're in there, but it just looks newer for Jamie Lee Weaver. It looks nice and fresh. And for LV, when you look at all the wood, it looks scuffed and damaged. Now, the bartender, Sir Rogers, his eyes change straight away. They widen. He jumps over the bar, he's an old looking man, but he's quite spry for his movements. And he walks straight towards each of you. He starts waving some people over, and you notice,
by the way.
Yep, I know. He waves some people over, and then you notice the people don't seem real, ghostly, but sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. And they grab Darren, and he says, "Look after him," and they unravel him from the bear. He strangely doesn't even seem shocked to see a bear.
That's awesome. And I was going to ask if they had a doctor on hand, but it seems like they really care about Darren, so that makes me happy.
Well, I wouldn't say they've got a doctor so much as they have people who can try to do more than what you would be able to do. But yes, they whisk Darren away to a back room. Sir Rogers turns to Jamie Lee Weaver and he wipes something off your face a little bit, like sweat or maybe some of the muck from these creatures, who knows. But it's quite a intimate maneuver. It's not just wiping it off your face, it's slow and considered.
Do I recognize him?
You do not yet.
Okay.
But perhaps you will.
Okay.
Because he definitely seems to know you.
Yeah. Oh. Acting very familiar.
He says, "You seem depleted. Other sisters with you. Do you have the crow? Or the raven? That's Bove."
I blink at this man and I turn on the charm, the razzle dazzle, so as to not seem like I'm as clueless as I am. I don't like to be seen that way. And I'm like, darling, I think we may have got our wires crossed. I have some supplies from the medical truck and that is my contribution. And I smile. Someone else may have grabbed the bird. I did not come across a bird.
In all your travels. It's probably not a surprise. When you left, stepped aside from all your powers. Do you remember doing that? Nothing's in there, is it? I guess the spell worked. Erased your memory. But you're back. And he still doesn't let go of your face yet.
I squint at him. Stalker?
That old fuck.
Not friends with Stalker.
How much have you forgotten? And he pulls you up to the bar. Come on, sit down. You two. Don't think we've got a big enough stool for the bear.
Dutch?
Sir Odgers. That's it. Yeah?
Okay, so and you're expecting me to not remember? Like
No.
that is something that you're expecting? You just said the spell, memory.
Yeah, the spell you made me cast. To remove your memories.
So you have magic.
Well, I have access to it.
And who are you expecting me to be?
You're the Morrigan.
Ah!
The Morrigan.
The real one.
I'm Morrigan. I'm also Jamie Lee Weaver. I'm not sure your spell entirely works.
You're the Morrigan. God of War.
Ooh.
It turns to some of the others. Can she still shape change?
No.
What?
Turns into the young woman.
Oh, yeah, she can do that. Yeah.
I mean, today she's the woman I married, but
Hang on, what?
Yes, the funny thing about marrying someone called the Morrigan was when they say, do you take the Morrigan, I like the bear. Who is it?
This is a friend of mine. I haven't asked you what you would rather be called here.
Well, I guess we're all going by first names. Lassie Blaze.
Lassiter Blaze?
Lassiter Blaze. I'm like, bro. I don't trust him because the Morrigan we know
But you're still in the bear form.
wasn't. I'm just talking aloud here.
Yeah. No, I just want to know if you stayed in bear form before
Yeah, I'm still a bear.
Okay, cool, go.
The Morrigan we know wasn't the god of war. That's what's stressing me.
Well, that's the
and
Irish.
you weren't the Morrigan.
Yeah.
You're just Morrigan.
No. That's who I picked my name from, though.
Yeah, but that's not who you were.
No.
No, there's no way I'd plan this far ahead.
Nah.
But he's looking at the bear and he looks over and he says, and of course, Freya. The other god of war. Don't worry, we're not married. That would have pissed off Odin.
Who's Odin?
Your husband.
In this world?
I mean, no one's seen him for a while.
Are we all married to gods?
Did you bring that bloody pig of yours?
What pig?
Oh, that spell was pretty good. You don't even have your coat on. The one made of falcon feathers.
Why would I tell you to erase our memories?
You wanted to hide the child.
Oh, it was us all along.
Did I tell you where the child is?
No.
We're bad guys.
Are they safe? Do you at least know if they're safe?
No.
We're the bad guys all along.
Why did we want to hide the child?
Never told me, but I gotta tell you, I don't think it's because you're the bad guys.
Why do we want to hide the child from Thassa and Strucker? We love them. We want them to have their child. Unless the child's evil.
So you're a Norse
Wait,
god.
who are you again?
I don't know.
Does he understand the bear?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's weird.
Fuck it. I'm shaping in. I'm shaping out. I'm going back to Kaa'Riin. I want answers.
You said Lassiter though, right?
That's me. I'm shaped back to Lassiter form.
Lassiter
Yeah.
Blaze. This is your thing. You've got a different name everywhere you go, you do.
Yeah. Well.
In Japan, they call you Cory.
Cool.
Yeah. God of lightning.
Love that. So true.
Yeah, in the Andaman Islands, you told me this one. They call you Cory, goddess of thunder. Then there's some Hmong people of Malaysia, just Cory there. And when you speak in storms.
Fuck yes, I'm cool.
But you said Lassiter. Like Shami, maybe. God of beauty. Yet a little bit fickle in love.
Always.
And Blaze? Well, when you were with the Canaanites, they called you Baal. God of fertility. And, of course, lightning.
Yeah.
It's always with the lightning.
Gods from another world stole their child. Like, that's what's happening here, right?
And then we saved the child and hid it, even from Thassa and Strucker, to keep it safe.
And that's where we end our episode.
But, we're dealing with gods in this world?
We deal with them in every world, but we're the gods this time.
Don't worry about them. I'm sure they'll be fine. It's just a sudden ending. It happens all the time. So maybe there's danger or just a clever line. But don't worry about them. I'm sure they'll be fine. Right?
God, we're cool. Our characters get cooler and cooler.